people. You gotta move to the side.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Thanks for being here. Brown Liquor, no ice. Miguel, thanks for being first ones in the door.
No.
Brown liquor, no ice. Oh, today is it's a hard day.
Yeah, well, it was a rough day for me. But why don't you tell everyone tell me about your day, but tell us about your day first.
I just I got people that depend on me, that ask me for stuff. My nieces, nephews, mother. Sometimes it gets overwhelming. That's all. And it
Well,
is that.
So as for me, I went and got myself laid off today. Right? So it was kind of felt the knife in the back a couple weeks ago already, right? Where I've been unable to filter myself too much, I guess. I'm hearing a bit of an echo. Anyone else hear that?
It's an echo.
I know. Hold up.
Fix it. No, don't mute him. Why'd you mute him?
Sorry.
Don't mute him.
Wrong one. So I think
I have to change my stuff. I'm sorry. Can you hold up for 1 second?
You still hear echo?
I'll just have to say something. See.
Hold up. I'm changing this head.
She's trying to fix it.
Oh, that's bad.
What are you doing?
Maybe mute Abby. What the hell? I don't know what this is. Sorry about the technical difficulties there. Yeah, no, the kitchen industry is brutal, especially if you want to actually rock the boat a little bit. So I have a really hard time. I'm caught in this trap of the disability, or the welfare trap, where they take away my money if I work too much, and it disincentivizes the employer to give me a raise. I've got 10 years of experience, but now I'm overqualified at this point. It makes more sense for them to hire the co-op student that they tell me that they're laying off. They hired too many people. They're overstaffed for the fall, the winter, but they just took on the co-op student that they had working for free. They gave, and then they had another person who just left because the school season is starting. So that is a lie that I am aware of. So, of course, typical gaslighting. Gaslight, the one with mental health problems, right?
So I can relate in this way. When I was working in I was a software development project manager. Okay. I switched jobs like I switched drawers or underwear. Like I would be at a job and then like it's a private company, it gets bought by a private equity firm, and then all of a sudden, because it got bought by the private equity firm, then they try to shave off shit and save money and start laying people off, and like they're going in a different direction. It happened to me so many times. I was so sick of corporate America. I couldn't take it. I couldn't stand it anymore. I don't want to be trying to apply for jobs every 4 years.
You get really fucked over if you mentally get into that place where you can't take it anymore because you're not believed. It is not believable to someone who does not know you.
These are battery out.
The stereotypes of people who go through these kinds of things. If you say I can't take it anymore, I refuse to continue looking for a job or going to work for these capitalists, it will be assumed that you are choosing to do this of your own volition, that you are simply claiming that you can't do it anymore because you're looking for a way out. You're just trying to become a freeloader, right? Yeah.
That's interesting when you say that. Like, that's that pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Like, if you just try hard enough, it'll happen for you. Well,
Right.
shit, I keep fucking trying, and I'm kind of over it now. I don't want to try no more. I don't want to be a part of your meat grinder. I just don't.
My instincts are telling me to put my efforts into something more productive and less harmful, and to continue to be a rational person. That's what I need to do. And then for people to actively argue to my face that I need to not listen to those impulses and treat those as if they are some kind of negative, like sick, twisted inner voice that's trying to lead me astray or some assumption, basically. So
What do you think is more peaceful and less harmless? Well, it's probably too soon to ask you because this just happened today. But it's a good question for you to ponder for later. You don't have to answer it now.
Well, what was the question? What am I looking?
What do you?
You cut out there a bit.
What do you think is more peaceful and less harmless?
Well, people think that the path of least resistance is to, when you lose a job, a minimum wage job, you got to pick yourself back up, go get another one. The hard thing is, as far as what are your options, what are your rights?
Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry. I don't know what y'all should.
It's my fault. I'm sorry. I'm trying to switch my headphones. I didn't have time to do it.
Can you please turn it off? Please turn it off.
Sorry, everyone in the audience, for that terrible noise. Hopefully it can stop soon. Okay, cool. Oh.
Okay.
Shit, hold up.
What is that? Is it like a microphone that's plugged in?
I don't know what she's.
You didn't recharge them. You just let them go out, and that's it.
Okay, turn it off.
It's off.
All right. Well, whatever it is, speakers. Let's just leave them off, I guess. I don't know what.
Michael said, "Leave them off."
It's gonna make us deaf or something.
It's gonna make us deaf. Leave them off. Yeah, he's had a long day.
It's fitting though. Perfect, right? It's like rain the course. It's like, why not?
Rondo says that that inner voice is not sick or twisted. So just to give you some not confidence, but what would I call that? Assurance.
It's one of those tricky things because it's not necessarily where I think there are times maybe where there can be times where your own self, whatever part of yourself has gotten into a kind of a vitriolic state. You may be spewing some toxic shit that you're not saying out loud, or whatever. But that's not what's happening to me here. That maybe is I've maybe been through that kind of thing, or whatever. I feel like everyone has what you might say like violent thoughts or disturbing thoughts, kind of thing. But then to talk about it out loud is to risk being seen as abnormal and stuff. So
honestly, I'm actually surprised you're this calm because I thought you wanted to. If this fucking girl get in your spot and stay there.
The reason why this has happened is because it's happened already many times, kind of thing. So it's like the third or fourth time that I've been, at least, or whatever. I feel like maybe it's probably just all the kitchen jobs I had. So like 10 times in a row where I've had a boss who takes advantage of my good nature, where I'm trying to be nice, just as nice as everybody else, and just wait patiently for someone to offer me a higher wage as I become more valuable to the company, in a capitalist mindset where in a sense where you want to retain employees, you do the right fucking thing, at least in a little kind of smidgen of a way, where you just like I don't think modern capitalists really actually calculate how much a single worker makes profit for them anymore, so they really have no way to actually value an employee properly. They don't even know how much money you make for them, so they don't even know how much they're ripping you off, so they just keep the wage where it is, whatever. I think in the restaurant they always act like we got these margins, these profit margins are so slim or whatever, but they're always so fucking secretive, or they don't tell you when they score big and stuff. Okay, so
I think people that have jobs should discuss their income with each other.
Well,
everybody should know how much we're making.
Nobody wants.
So we can know if you're getting fucked over.
Like I used to be liked by people. I used to be, when I was more like liberal and stuff, everybody loved working with me and stuff. Now I'm so bitter that I'm like, my vibe is making everyone uncomfortable. So it's working against me, even though I may be right about everything. It's like, yeah, but you make me uncomfortable and I'm scared.
Yeah, you go hard in the paint at work, and I'm like, I don't think they're ready for that, Michael.
Oh, but
you might want to leave it for the podcast.
They're so fucking far behind in the restaurant industry. It's like I need to like slap somebody, whatever. I need to not say these things on YouTube, basically, whatever. I feel like that kind of thing. Like somebody needs like a wake up call is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so it's everyone is got this dumb mindset that like what we're doing, making food for people, is not really high skill labor. Like
that really pisses me the fuck off. I hate that narrative about, like, I'm not even talking about restaurant workers like you. I'm gonna go to fast food workers. How they're like, oh, if they want to get paid more, they need to get a skill. That is a goddamn skill. Do you know how hard it is to sit in to be a fast food worker?
How are we supposed to get forward when someone says something like that, and we're expected to placate them and play nice with them, and not be a little bit hostile to being expected to work for these wages all the time, like forever? There's just never, because everyone knows the restaurant industry's like that. You're never gonna fix it, or whatever. It's never gonna change. It's this fucking nihilism shit.
Then they say, oh well, if that's just a stepping stone for high school students. Well, how the hell is all these fast food places open at 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. if it's just a job for high school students? Ain't high school students in fucking high school? Obviously, it's adults working at these places from 6 a.m. to at least 4 before the high school students start popping up.
Yeah.
These people deserve a living wage.
Yeah.
Because you stay in a drive-through ordering shit.
Right.
I feel like I'm more upset than you.
No, I'm upset. I'm just trying not to fucking fly off the handle because I don't want to do anything that will land me in jail, right? So
No, please do not.
I'm gonna fucking fester for the next few weeks. I'm gonna fucking whatever sulk, I guess, right? But I'm gonna have all these other. I don't want to like pick fights or whatever. Of course, there's these more optimistic comrades that we have online and stuff who are gonna be not so much with solidarity. They're gonna be a little bit like, you see, this is how not to be, you know. Listen to us and be more orthodox and whatnot, whatever, and don't lose your shit, whatever. When things are at that point, whatever, like some of us we're being left behind. Okay, I want a general strike because can't do it anymore. But you guys aren't there, whatever. We got to be more strategic about this shit, whatever. We got to start fucking hurting ourselves so that we can hurt our enemy because there is no like moving. I mean, like that general strike is an argument about like a starvation or whatever. It's like a hunger strike. Yes, it is. Whatever money that we have saved up at this point, we have got to go with it. Whatever. We're not going to make enough money to put in the war chest or whatever to fight on a better day or whatever on a battlefield or whatever. Because the metrics are showing that it's like a galaxy chasing another galaxy. We're never going to catch up to the enemy who's continuously funding their own class war against us, and we're just never ready. There's always a better day or whatever. Like I don't know whose quote that is or whatever. It's never today. I think it's Martin Luther King or whatever. It's never today that you can stand with me or whatever. You know, the white moderates, right? It's always another fucking time tomorrow. So
Mastermind is here to support you. He says, Michael, when you get done being pissed and take your time, be as pissed as you need to be, you'll be flabbergasted that you stayed there as long as you did.
I stayed there for 3 months. This time was the time I wasn't putting up with that shit or whatever. I was breaking the cycle. Every other time I would stay for up to 2 years, letting them do this little microaggression of so is he gonna stand up for himself today? Is he gonna ask for money? And then as soon as I do, they come up with a reason not to give it to me. It's like that carrot. You know, whatever. Pull it farther, a little farther back, whatever. You never get to touch it. Whatever, right? They are starved. I've been made incapable of providing for my family. And then I get whatever. I don't want to get there.
It's like that Geico commercial with the fish, where he has like the dollar for the woman to grab, and he's like, "Oh, you gotta be quicker than that." You know what I'm talking about?
Other people will say, "Get out of the industry, whatever. Go back to school or something." It's like when you're living paycheck to paycheck or whatever it is, going to the food bank and stuff. You don't have the luxury of going to school for 4 years. Okay, you're stuck. Okay, and then when you're okay, then continue working part-time and then go to school. And then you get older, you have health problems, whatever. You can't physically keep moving to both. You can't work 2 jobs anymore, but you're just a bitch or whatever. You know, look at all these other people. This is where the working class hurts themselves, where they say, well, these other people are working 3 jobs. Okay, why can't you? Why the fuck are you arguing that people should like also work like more like a slave or whatever because I can do it too? Like, good for you. That's ableism, you dumbass.
You know what this reminds me of? So we were, it was a town hall George Bush. This is during the George Bush era, and this older lady was like talking about how she had 2 jobs or something, and George Bush was like, "Bless your heart, this is the American way," and everybody's clapping, and I'm like, "Why y'all clapping at this old ass fucking lady that should be retired is working 2 jobs? This is the craziest shit I've ever seen."
Yeah. And that's the worst. Like these people are pre-selected in the media for these fucking feel-good stories, and then in that way they do like a double, like they take advantage of them twice, right? All their life, and then they use them as a poster child for capitalism so that they can exploit another person just like them, and they're using this person to do it.
I'm trying to see if I could find it, just in case anybody hadn't seen it. I don't know. I might not be able to find it, but it was the saddest shit you ever want to see, and they was in there like clapping for her because she should be retired and relaxing.
Yeah, that was who? Was that Biden that said that?
Huh?
No, that was Bush. Yeah, this woman's working 3 jobs.
Did Biden do it too? I wouldn't be surprised if Biden did it too. That's because they want us to believe that shit is natural. That's not natural. I should take a moment. Oh, Bad Cookies is here. He says it was George Bush. Let me take a moment to acknowledge all the people in the chat. So Miguel H is here. Miguel has been MIA, so we're glad you're back.
I think you triggered him last night to come back.
I triggered him last night. I was like, I miss you.
Like, where you been?
Where the hell you been? Bring your ass back. Brown liquor, no ice. Is oh, Miguel, I gotta give you a wrench. Cause you one of our day ones. So give me a second. I'm gonna give you a wrench. Wolfie is here. Hi, Wolfie. I love that I can call him Wolfie. Jacqueline from across the water. We love you. Grape and Time. Who else is here? Rondo, peace, fam. And Mastermind Hour. I think that's it. Let me see. And they all showing you love in the chat, Michael. So you are not alone. Oh, of course, Bad Cookies as well. Bad Cookies is here.
That would be, I appreciate all you guys, right? This is one thing that I'm just going to take a moment to say. It really makes a big difference if you actually have a real comrade in real life to go through this shit with. Because that's been one thing I've been struggling with there. Where I can be the odd man out, that lone wolf to be worried about as long as I don't have a single person saying the same sort of thing, doing the same sort of stuff. So, but I've refused to go join the orgs that already exist, right? But then there's a whole criticism. The whole thing about the CPUSA, that was a defunct party that needed to be abandoned. Same problem here in Canada. So what to do about it? So, yeah. I'm looking to join a party. The whole thing is we need to somehow finance and fund a party, and then we're supposed to do that by working at a job for a capitalist, making more money for the capitalist while we try to fund our political party with scraps. So, and then if we don't do that model, then we basically become petty bourgeois, starting our own businesses in order to fund a party that is not necessarily working class anymore, because we are petty bourgeois funding it, basically. I don't know. That's a whole different discussion, but maybe we should get to our topic, or else we'll make the whole stream about
I kind of want to not get to that topic.
Yeah.
we can, but okay. So, Grapentine and Miguel, I just gave you guys wrenches. I didn't realize Grapentine didn't have one either. He's a day one too. So the topic is presidential debate. Oh my god, I really don't want to fucking do this.
Well, I spent all of yesterday watching it and rewatching it to try to go through some of this, like do some of that fact checking, right? As fun as that is, whatever. It's very actually instructive to at least do it yourself. But hopefully, if we could to make that labor that I did yesterday worthwhile, it would at least might as well talk about this. I don't know if I'll be able to retain. I'll probably forgot all that fucking research because all this shit.
I didn't write down anything. I was just listening, and I was like, "She's fucking lying. He's fucking lying." How mad were we, Black Life? How mad were
I was about to type it.
I was so mad.
This is where maybe I can play that devil's advocate for those people, the more like liberal-minded people who will criticize what I ended up doing to, push the envelope to get myself fired or whatever, right? Like if you could, that whole you catch more flies with honey kind of attitude, whatever. So the problem with allowing ourselves to get enraged is we're saying we're choosing to be offended. I fucking hate when people say that, but let's go with it. Super, the opposite of a straw man is a Superman, the argument. So Steelman the Argument is what it's called. So let's Steelman the argument and say, instead of getting frustrated at the debate, let's not get upset, and let's dispassionately try and dismantle what they're saying in order to learn. This is very difficult when they're lying constantly to kind of get you to rage quit.
So Bad Cookie says Trump stated that he will not debate Harris anymore. It said something along the lines of, the media is working with the Dems to sabotage me and make me look bad. Well, he made his own self look bad, but also the moderators were like, it looked like they were like on the Kamala team. It did look like that. So, but they need to, you need to keep debating. I mean, y'all just can't think y'all just gonna take the presidency. Like it's just yours to have. I mean, hold on, the thing is moving too fast.
Well, I as far as that comment, I think it was from Bad Cookies. I don't think that's a good play for Trump. I don't need to fucking give him advice. Should probably refrain from the rest of my comment there, whatever. But I think it just makes him look weak. Yes, the media. We already kind of know that they're slanted towards the Democrats for whatever reason there, and they did in that debate fact check him in real time, and not so much Kamala Harris. But for him to just be all like, "Oh, I'm not doing it anymore," makes him look like a bitch.
They did not fact check her.
Because she was a Soros sister.
But they fact checked the hell out of his ass.
Because she's a Soros sister.
Hey, Cobra.
They tend to look out for each other.
So
I mean, I get. Are we gonna do this?
Yeah, let's find something to react to. I guess I was meant to find a couple of clips to focus on, but we're just gonna have to roll with it. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass some of the stuff.
Rondo.
But what's Rondo say? Green and pink mean girl. Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, it's a girl clique. She green and pink, but she ain't black.
So if you play it from here, there's a whole bunch of intro we might have to skip.
Good evening, I'm David Muir, and thank you for joining us for tonight's ABC News Presidential.
Known as a country buster, it breaks up.
Is small businesses. Black's race has taken on an entirely new dynamic.
What's up
That
with her?
brings us to
What's
the
up
rules
with
of
her
tonight's debate.
shoulder
9
pad?
minutes with 2 commercial breaks. No topics or
Did you
questions
see
have
that
been shared with the
handshake that she
campaigns.
did?
The candidates will have
Yeah, she
It
rushed
was
it.
fucking weird. Why?
She
That's
First
rushed
of
it.
all, why are you running over there to shake his hand? Like, what the fuck is this?
Taking the opportunity for that body language
Yeah,
dissection.
It was weird.
she tried to
What
catch
you
him
think
off
that was
guard.
about?
She
I
tried to
thought that
catch
was
him off
about her
guard.
trying to assert a dominance, kind of assert herself as a strong figure, standing up to him. But I think maybe it's hard to. I would have to. Maybe we could let it play, and we could. It's going to be a little glitchy because that's how YouTube is. But
Black Life wants to say something. I felt like to be assertive, why you gotta run behind him?
This is what I think. After he went to the black media, you remember that time whenever he went and was interviewed by the black media?
Yes.
Okay, so they studied him and what he did with that water bottle when he tried to tighten the host that he didn't like water bottle and all that stupid shit. These people try to do mind manipulating things. You know, I mean, they just try to use all kind of strategies to their advantage in the shows. That's all I want to say.
Because I don't know what that was. Mastermind said, take that curtain rod out of her jacket.
It's an iron board.
You know what it looked like? It looked like
Back to life.
no.
Back to...
Be quiet. It looked like what's his name? Billy Porter. Remember when Billy Porter? Y'all might not know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna pull
I
it
don't
up.
know who Billy Porter is.
You don't know who Billy Porter is?
Not pretty sure I don't. Sometimes maybe seeing a face.
Did you just do that?
Yeah, I see Rondo said, how much wine do you think?
Did you just do that?
No.
Who is changing the layouts?
That's what I tried to tell you. Sometimes it does it by itself. I didn't touch it. I got my phone.
Oh, ghost.
So it just did it by itself.
It doesn't.
I was just going to respond to Rondo's comment real
Please
quick, where
do.
he said, how much wine do you think she drank before that debate? I'm going to say actually none. I think she looked kind of fairly sober. I don't know, maybe we'll rewatch it and we'll see.
Okay, so before we start, Bad Cook. Bad Cook. Oh, Bad Cookies want some smoke. He want to smoke.
All right, we made your smile. We doing it. That's how you do it, Bad Cookies.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys.
Mouse SF is here too.
Yes, it did.
Go ahead, Honey Bunny.
I was saying I just appreciate you guys able to kind of cheer me up a bit, you know. Means a lot.
Love your smile, Mike.
So look, that lady with those shoulder pads. Tell me she don't look like this. It's not.
Yesterday we saw another podcaster having technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he was so frustrated.
And he was so frustrated. He was so mad
and
about it.
I was just like,
It happens. It happens. It's not just me.
Yes, Billy Porter, not the white Billy. She thinking about. There's another bit.
I can't show it because I'm
Billy Idol. That's what I'm confused about.
All right, you got something to share there? Or?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, there it goes now. Okay.
Oh,
You see these shoulder pads?
not what I was expecting. What the hell?
He said, "What the hell?"
I was scared. I literally had nightmares.
What the hell is that?
Look at his face.
It looked like a bat or something.
I guess I should have replied.
Lopez got swallowed by Grace Jones.
I guess I should.
What?
Jennifer Lopez got swallowed by Grace Jones.
You got to recognize which name's an androgynous name, because when I hear the name Billy, I think of a boy, and then this is
he is a boy.
is this a trans person? 'Cause,
No, he's just gay.
okay, yeah. Just the way that the fashion people. Okay, I dress like a hobo half the time. Okay, no one I can say that I have a good fashion taste, whatever. Can be a good fashion critic, but people with people in the fashion industry do a pretty good job of making a fool of themselves. I don't have to really say much, or if they look a bit ridiculous, every fucking whatever. I don't think any of it looks good. I think they look like they're wasting a fuck ton of money so that they can pretend like they're good at setting some kind of style and trend and art or whatever. But there's a lot of capitalist artists are paid to be bullshit. I feel like there's a good stuff from, I think it's called the Critical Theory Workshop, some Marxist stuff. If you want to check out that channel, they do good analysis about like artists like Jackson Pollock and stuff being paid to fund like an artist, a cultural kind of counterculture to the socialist kind of communist culture.
There's some stylists that I actually do like. There's this one stylist I really like. I forget his name. He's a young guy. I'm gonna look it up, but let me just start this damn. Let's just get this over with. This goddamn debate.
Yeah.
So
But
I gotta stomach it.
Let's at least get a couple digs in at them and not get too much on a tangent.
Okay. See, it's doing it again.
Can everybody hear it? We got audio.
You can't hear it?
I can't hear anything. Should be applause or something.
You can't hear it? You can't hear it?
I can. I don't know
Okay.
about the audience. But no.
I have to stop it and start it over then, because
Yeah, I couldn't hear it.
sometimes StreamYard does that to me.
Yeah.
Look at Billy Porter on the side.
Thank you for showing me that. Another thing to look into. Is always appreciate that.
Okay. Tell me if you can hear it.
Setting for two candidates
Can you hear it? Okay.
never met.
So just like point or whatever when you want me to pause it, okay?
President
Or yell out.
won the coin toss. He chose to deliver the final closing statement of the evening. Vice President Harris selected the podium to the right.
Let's now welcome the candidates to the stage. Vice President Kamala Harris and President Donald Trump.
Look at this weird fucking flex. Look at this.
Kamala Harris. Is that good page?
Like, he don't know your name.
Welcome
Kamala
to-
Harris.
It's wonderful to have you. It's an honor to have you both here tonight.
Well, I guess
That was crazy.
Here it is.
they've never met. I think that's why face to face is the first time.
Kamala Harris. I think he fucking knows your name. I don't think that was necessary, but okay.
So let's get started. I want to begin tonight with the issue
Oh.
that voters.
Hi, Fiddleford Catalog. I'm glad you're here. Old man Barker's here too. Yay. We're about to watch this shit show, so let's carry on.
repeatedly say is their number one issue, and that is the economy and the cost of living in this country. Vice President Harris, you and President Trump were elected 4 years ago, and your opponent on the stage here tonight often asks his supporters, are you better off than you were 4 years ago? When it comes to the economy, do you believe Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago?
So I was raised as a middle-class kid, and I am actually the only person on this stage who has a plan that is about lifting up the middle class and working people of America. I believe in the ambition, the aspirations, the dreams of the American people. And that is why I imagine and have actually a plan to build what I call an opportunity
Every
economy.
time I hear middle
Because here's
class,
the thing. We know that we have
before she gets on too
Shit show
far,
already.
before she gets on too far, I just want to maybe I have a little bit of selective hearing on this, but whenever I hear the word middle class, I'm reminded when you look up the meaning of the word bourgeois, it translates to the original meaning of the term is middle class. So when they say we are striving to make an economy that works for the middle class and the working families or whatever the bullshit she said, is I think the sentence structure, it matters that she put the middle class first and the working class second, because that is what she intends to do with her actions. She intends to build the economy for the bourgeois first and the working class second. And she said that right to your face so that you can't call her a liar, but they use coded language. This is you're a schizo to say that.
As soon as she started talking, everybody can check me off.
And what the fuck is the opportunity economy? What is that like a code word for gig economy? You better get it how you fucking live.
Well,
is that what, you better hustle.
Her little pitch is that she's going to stand up for those small businesses, right? So that she can act like she's not that big corporate capitalist, okay? The problem is, if anyone thinks about it for 2 seconds, we all know that small businesses pretty much everywhere now are completely captured by corporate interests. Okay? As far as the restaurant industry, we'll just touch on briefly. You think that those restaurants are in control of their own supply chains, or do you think that there's many massive corporations that they are relying on to provide all of the most basic things that they need for their business to function? So is it a small business, or is it just a face, a little front for the corporate fucking bullshit?
We ain't been 2 minutes in.
That's what I'm talking about.
Look how mad we are already. That's what I was saying yesterday. How the fuck are we gonna get through this debate?
Right. So let's get back to them. Let's let them give them some rope to hang them with.
Okay.
Of a shortage of homes and housing, and the cost of housing is too expensive for far too many people. We know that young families need support to raise their children, and I intend on extending a tax cut for those families of $6,000, which is the largest child tax credit that we have given in a long time, so that those young families can afford to buy a crib, buy a car seat, buy clothes for their children. My
hold on.
passion.
She just said a $6,000 tax cut so those families could afford to buy a crib and a car seat.
Right.
A crib and my aspirations is a crib and a car seat.
And I think it's good to
Bitch,
remember.
I want to buy a house.
And what happens with that $6,000 once you give it to that family, who then needs to spend it right away on that crib and that car seat? Who are you going to buy that crib and that car seat from? Oh, look at how that money went right back to the fucking corporation, didn't it? Oops.
This is hilarious. Okay, let me
One of them is small businesses. My mother raised my sister and me, but there was a woman who helped raise us. We call her our second mother. She was a small business owner. I love our small businesses. My plan is to give a $50,000 tax deduction to start up small businesses, knowing they are part of the backbone of America's economy. My opponent, on the other hand, his plan is to do what he has done before.
Most businesses
which is to provide a tax cut for billionaires and big corporations, which will result in $5 trillion to America's deficit. My opponent has a plan that I call the Trump's sales tax, which would be a 20% tax on everyday goods that you rely on to get through the month. Economists have said that Trump sales tax would actually result for middle-class families in about $4,000 more a year because of his policies and his ideas about what should be the backs of middle-class people paying for tax cuts for billionaires.
President Trump, I'll give you 2 minutes.
First of all, I have no sales tax. That's an incorrect statement. She knows that. We're doing tariffs on other countries. Other countries are going to finally, after 75 years, pay us back for all that we've done for the world. And the tariff will be substantial in some cases. I took in billions and billions of dollars, as you know, from China. In fact, they never took the tariff off because it was so much money they can't. It would totally destroy everything that they've set out to do. They're taking in billions of dollars from China and other places. They've left the tariffs on. When I had tariffs, and yet I had no inflation. Look, we've had a terrible economy
Okay, we're gonna
because
have to maybe
inflation
pause there,
which is really
and
known as a country
he's
buster.
just said
It
a whole
breaks
bunch
up.
of bullshit, and we just kind of let it go. We don't need to be playing favorites on that. We might have to rewind even a little bit on some of that.
Well, you know, the thing is, they both, if you look, they have great hair. Like they got new hairstylists. So there's something.
Hope they're stressed a little bit, right?
They both have good, like their ends cut. I don't know what's going on with this swoop with Trump, but the color is nice. It don't look as weird as it usually does.
So that's a good shot for a second. Some people have said that Trump actually looks more darker than Harris. That it's pretty close. It's a little too hard to tell. That's just interesting.
Which one black then?
You say she hot.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we only 9 minutes in. This is gonna be hard work.
Yeah, he just asked everyone to just ignore the fact that he started that whole big trade war with China and act like that was a good thing for everybody. Like that's not when we do that. That's part of the class war or whatever. When we didn't feel any of that, and that's why all the people who want to vote for me are happy about it because they didn't feel any of it. Because who felt all of that? That was the lower classes. Okay.
Before I start this again, okay, Jimmy Dore just did a segment where he was talking about RFK, how RFK was talking about how this time around he's gonna help Trump drain the swamp, and I'm just like, wait a minute, Jimmy Dore, you making me feel funny about you.
This is one of the, when you start.
You're doing too fucking much.
It makes me want to say, okay, I'm not wanting to have anything to do with that kind of strategy. Like to say I don't want to have anything to do with that person gets to be a little bit of a stretch. I'll maybe still watch him to see what he has to say, kind of thing. But it's like you want to go building bridges with people. Not necessarily, but then I want to go build bridges with people who are maybe affiliating with him, and then they're going to have a problem with me asking them, trying to do the cancel culture of like, why would you want us to stop being close to Jimmy? It's like, well, we're trying to be hard on people or trying to encourage people not to support Trump. Then when our friends do it, it's okay.
Jacqueline, shame on you. I want to say hello to Mother Mind Hour. We love you. And girl, put on your seatbelt because we're trying to get through a debate. I don't know how far we're gonna get, but let's. You want to get back to it?
Yep.
Okay.
And he said there's no inflation wherever. Okay, no, fuck off. Even if you manage to get the number to act like there's no inflation, at what cost is a good question.
Countries, we have inflation like very few people have ever seen before, probably the worst in our nation's history. We were at 21%, but that's being generous because many things are 50, 60, 70, and 80% higher than they were just a few years ago. This has been a disaster for people, for the middle class, but for every class. On top of that, we have millions of people pouring into our country from prisons and jails, from mental institutions and insane asylums, and they're coming in and they're taking jobs that are occupied right now by African Americans and Hispanics, and also unions. Unions are going to be affected very soon. And you see what's happening. You see what's happening.
He's saying they're sending us all the crazies and the criminals from all the other countries. You can see it. They got crime statistics dropping.
The black jobs. Go to Monarch.
Venezuela in particular, and they want to steal their thunder. Okay, they have dropped a huge drop in their crime rate because they have a huge drop in their hyperinflation. That was a
But-
huge explanation for their huge crime rate.
They
And now
keep
you want to
lying.
complain that it's because whatever, your dog whistle. So,
They keep lying because the crime rate has been decreasing exponentially over the years. So I don't know why they keep trying to fearmonger us. Golden Monarch, it's good to see you here. I just gave you a wrench. You a day one.
good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Were you able to find me on Discord? Because I want Golden Monarch to come on and talk to us about crypto.
Yeah, there's a little bit of learning. I wanna have Monarch do a bit of teaching for us.
Yeah, a little bit, just a little bit.
I already have some like assumptions or suspicions about the crypto. I'd like some confirmation without the bias, maybe.
Should I press play or
Yeah, we
how
can
you
get.
feeling? Okay.
Happening with towns throughout the United States. You look at Springfield, Ohio. You look at Aurora in Colorado. They are taking over the towns. They're taking over buildings. They're going in violently. These are the people that Xi and Biden led into our country, and they're destroying our country. They're dangerous. They're at the highest level of criminality, and we have to get them out. We have to get them out fast. I created one of the greatest economies in the history of our country. I'll do it again and even better.
We are going to get to immigration and border security during this debate, but I would like to let Vice President Harris respond on the economy here.
Well, I would love to. Let's talk about what Donald Trump left us. Donald Trump left us the worst unemployment since the Great Depression. Donald Trump left us the worst public health epidemic in a century. Donald Trump left us the worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War. And what we have done is clean up Donald Trump's mess. What we have done and what I intend to do is build on what we know are the aspirations and the hopes of the American people. But I'm going to tell you all in this debate tonight, you're going to hear from the same old tired playbook.
She's going to clean up Donald Trump's mess. I didn't really keep account, but how many of the policies from the Trump administration did the Biden administration choose to keep in place as opposed to cleaning up his mess? Okay. But anyway.
Exactly.
Before I respond to that, Golden Monarch, I keep looking for that. I can't find. Is it like 2 underscores? Can you just look for me, Abby do, Abby don't, on Discord, please? Because I can't find you. Okay. So with that being said, there are a few things. Mama Mastermind Hour pointed out, which we already said, how they were fact checking him and not her. Why not fact check both of them? Because they both lying.
Yeah. Well, they're selective about their facts. They can't really criticize. It's maybe because they pretend that the Democrats are the left. When they criticize Trump or fact check him, they are punching to the right. And if they did any kind of criticism of Kamala, they would be an actually fair centrist, and they would be punching left. But you can't punch left someone who's sitting right beside Trump on the right there.
I mean, she's so far right at this point. Why are they protecting her? Well, because she just looks better to them.
Well, it's because
she's a better centrist. Is that what it is?
Like communist facts are not facts. Socialists or anarchists are incapable of having a factual argument because we're all a bunch of lunatics and babies, right? So it's when it comes to acknowledging when they've lied about something that the left is right about, they cannot do that because their truths are right wing.
So we're not going to get through this, excuse me, entire debate. So I just want to point this out from what you just said. Trump called her a Marxist. I nearly fell the fuck out.
You're right.
I was like, what?
Maybe we should find that part and critique at least that part. Like, we should defend Marxists.
I don't
Even though
remember where
a
it
lot of
was.
feel like I need to be more well-read before I go around claiming the mantle, you know, and sullying its beautiful name or whatever. The whole thing about the purity fetish is worth
He called her a Marxist. I'm like, okay, y'all don't know what a Marxist is. Like, y'all need to define Marxist, communist, and socialism. Because anything you don't like, you call them those three things. And you don't even know the definition.
Part of the thing that doesn't help us, our cause, is that there's a bit of a constant disagreement and confusion on the left about what some of these terms mean. And then it becomes, we adhere to the line of, or we uphold the legacy of, in order for you to say that this is the real definition of what we're talking about. And you've got pseudo-Marxists and ultra-leftists and stuff who go claiming that they are just as Marxist as the orthodox Marxists. And then we get into a big infighting kerfuffle about...
But Michael, come on.
But there is probably value. There is some value
to call
that.
Kamala Harris a Marxist.
Of course, no.
Kamala,
definitely not. Liberals are never Marxists, and this is very clear to a Marxist. A Marxist knows the difference between a neoliberal and a Marxist. The average person does not. And the way that we use, like, we actually, our use of language is diverged to a point. I feel when you become a Marxist and a socialist and these like anarchists and communists, we have like a different vocabulary, and then other people don't agree with our use of certain kinds of terms, and then it gets to be, you need to accept my vocabulary to understand what I'm saying. That's kind of where Noam Chomsky gets in with his, he does this whole like he was did a bunch of research into language, I thought, from what I remember. I didn't really look into him, but I think that was kind of his angle at how can I help the left through this infighting and stuff. Like, let's look at like the mathematics of language and stuff and figure out how, like, where we're going wrong in the recipe, and then we can get people to really cook, right? But then you're micromanaging people's uses of words, and then we get into this woke, anti-woke, or whatever. I'm allowed to be imprecise with what I say.
All right, I'm gonna start playing. I have something in my throat. Okay, I'm gonna start playing it again. And take a.
It comes down to the means of production. We're going to talk about the definition of a Marxist real quick, or whatever. We should, like, the whole, that's like the great man theory of history, where Marx himself doesn't really want people to be calling themselves Marxists, and yet we do it anyways out of kind of respect, right? Where we are people who acknowledge that Marx's economic perspective is valid, it has his value, that is worth preserving in a cultural fashion. And when you look at all kinds of other like isms of other famous people, it's kind of normal and acceptable, except for when it comes to like socialists and stuff. Then it's like a cult of personality thing. So the other thing is that like Marxism isn't really the point. The point is like communism, where it's like there's a historical confusion about like socialists and the way that they understand themselves and why it's worth calling yourself a communist instead, whatever. But there's a whole confusion about do we need a socialist transition to communism, and that all of that creates difficulties for us to explain to people what we're about. But the whole thing is about the means of production. Okay, we need the people to have ownership, control over the means of production, and then there's a single person as a business owner or a corporation owner that are a board of like people that have all this exclusive control, and there's a massive workers that has no say in the value that they produce for the company, that is not Marxism. It's not really all that hard to understand if you actually do read about the literature and stuff. But we have a society that's been educated, miseducated, brainwashed to avoid being able to read and learn this stuff. We're so paranoid about it when we try to learn about it. You're trying to be that both sides. You want to be fair when you're an ignorant person coming to this subject. You don't want to give too much confirmation bias and benefit to communists when you're first reading it. And this, in and of itself, becomes a slippery slope into a whole bunch of propaganda designed to make it look like there's validity to both sides of this argument. The argument is over. This is what makes a Marxist, this is what kind of makes it hard, makes us feel a little bit chauvinist. I'm getting way too much into this, right? But once we learn about what Marx has to say about the problem with our political economy, we feel like the argument is over. We understand the problem, and then we just have to convince people. But then other people want to have a dialectic. They want to be able to argue, to prove or disprove which one is right and wrong. And if we don't do that process, we actually are not being Marxist. Because being a Marxist is about upholding the dialectical materialism. And a lot of people are not materialists, even though they claim to be Marxists. They're idealist in their thinking. So yeah.
Michael, we're still early in this debate, and we ain't even got to the part where he called her a Marxist.
Yeah,
and we are already going off.
They are lying so much because they are refusing to apply historical materialism, where you cannot lie if you are actually doing real historical analysis and you're basing your argument on facts grounded in history. Then you cannot make these statements that they're making. So yeah.
Well, I just wanted to say hello to Kill Your Egregores, because he jumped in. Mouses F jumped in. And I gave you a wrench. Let me know when I can call you Mousy. One day, maybe not today, but you're one of our day ones, so we're just giving wrenches out to the day ones. And thank you, Golden Monarch. I got you on Discord now. I don't know who this person y'all talk about in the chat. Can you Google that for me, please? Sure. It's called Jimmy Washes Dishes. Wait,
I thought that was a joke.
It's just a joke? Okay, well, never mind. I don't know if it's just a joke. Okay, so let's get back to the lies.
A bunch of lies, grievances, and
a bunch of lies.
What you're going to hear tonight is a detailed and dangerous plan called Project 2025 that the former president intends on implementing if he were elected again. I believe very strongly that the American people want a president who understands the importance of bringing us together, knowing we have so much more in common than what separates us. And I pledge to you to be a president for all Americans.
President Trump, will give you a minute here to respond.
Number one, I have nothing to do, as you know, and as she knows better than anyone, I have nothing to do with Project 2025. That's out there. I haven't read it. I don't want to read it purposely. I'm not going to read it. This was a group of people that got together. They came up with some ideas, I guess some good, some bad, but it makes no difference. I have nothing to do. Everybody knows I'm an open book. Everybody knows what I'm going to do. Cut taxes very substantially and create a great economy like I did before. We had the greatest economy. We got hit with a pandemic. And the pandemic was not since 1917, where 100 million people died. Has there been anything like it?
How many taxes is he going to cut?
It's a little hard to explain. I'm not enough of an economist to really, I don't really have that
he only taxes
academic background, but I can take a stab at it where when you put these tariffs on exports or imports or whatever in order to try and do political pressure on another nation, there is a way that cost is passed down. Like if they raise the prices to adjust for the extra cost of the tariffs, then there is a tax embedded in that price you're paying a higher price, you're paying a higher amount of tax. Therefore, the tariff is a tax on the people, your own people, as well as the people you're trying to harm. Do I have that wrong? Maybe someone want to attack me on that.
I mean, I just know when he got into office, Paul Ryan got his tax bill passed, and then he pieced the fuck out. He was. We haven't heard from him since. You remember that?
Sorry, who was that?
And then Paul Ryan.
Paul Ryan, yeah. I don't know too much about every
muscle dude.
I'm not as well versed as like INN and Heartlands Media and RBN about like every nuanced thing about Nancy Pelosi and Paul Ryan and stuff like that. But I do hear all kinds of insane shit, right?
Yeah, Paul Ryan got that huge tax cuts for the rich passed, and then he left office. Then when Biden came into office, he touted himself as rolling back the tax cuts. But just like Obama, he only rolled them back like maybe 10% at best.
Right.
So that's what we call the ratchet effect, right? Like one of them gets into office and they do something awful. The other one gets in office and like, oh, I'm going to fix this. But they only roll it back just a little bit. And they keep pushing it forward and sort of rolling it back. So by the time 20 years, 30 years down the road, you're screwed. Because they really only rolled it back maybe 20%. And he's saying he's going to do it again. He's going to give them more tax breaks. Not for us. For the rich and wealthy business owners. But not for the working people. The working people we are screwed, honey.
Well, that's what we call the inconvenience tax, where we can focus on their promises to do something. But then when you focus on the follow-up, where they didn't actually, where they rolled back only a little bit of what they promised, right? Then why aren't we talking about that? Oh, that's the inconvenient fact. Even though the other fact is also a fact, that's the one we want to talk about, because when it's a fact by itself, it's out of context, and when it's paired with the other inconvenient fact, or whatever, its actual nature changes quite a lot. So, anyway.
Bad Cookie says Trump's tax cuts weren't as bad as Kamala makes them seem. They sure as hell kept those tax. That's what I'm saying. They sure as hell did not take those tax cuts away, while she's trying to act like they're like it's so bad. No, it was good for you. And if he gets in office, he gonna do it again. It doesn't matter which one of y'all gets in office. Somebody's gonna get screwed.
And those are the kinds of things that everyone wants to forget is part of the seesaw. They give you one thing with one administration, and the next one takes it away. So you'll get it for like 4 years at best. It's just a bribe. So.
Mm-hmm. Now, look, I'm just going to be funny real quick. Mouse SF says, thanks for the wrench. I feel the power coursing through my veins. Thanks for the laugh, Mouse SF. That was funny. So, should we get back to these lies, or?
Yeah, one day we need to talk about government debt, because that's like that's a bit of a boogeyman in the closet. So.
We did a phenomenal job with the pandemic. We handed them over a country where the economy and where the stock market was higher than it was before the pandemic came in. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. We made ventilators for the entire world. We got gowns, we got masks, we did things that nobody thought possible. And people give me credit for rebuilding the military. They give me credit for a lot of things. but not enough credit for the great job we did with the pandemic. But the only jobs they got were bounce back jobs. These were jobs bounced back, and it bounced back and it went to their benefit. But I was the one that created them. They know it, and so does everybody else.
Vice President Harris, I'll let you respond.
There he goes, trying
So,
to take someone's thunder again, right?
Donald Trump has
All
no
these
plan for you.
people who had
And-
to go get another job, who were trying, maybe if they didn't want to go get another job, maybe they were trying to do something else, but they were forced to go back to get that job, whoever this random, right, anecdote would be. And then because they were forced to go back to work in order to feed their families, oh, look what I did as the president or whatever, I'm so good. And those are shit jobs or whatever. This is the thing that nobody wants to. You can really get into the nitty gritty. You want to talk about the nature of the jobs that they provide. They're always terrible jobs, okay? Like if I have to work 3 jobs and none of them pay me enough, then it looks good on paper for the capitalist or the politician who's trying to say, look how many jobs I brought. So then when you, the worker, takes on more jobs than is good for you, as much as you have to do it, I hope that everybody knows that you're helping them, statistically speaking, kind of hurt you by claiming what they're doing for you is good for you.
That's an that's a good point. Like, so when they speak of unemployment, that's something we need to talk about too, because they're fudging those numbers.
When you stop
We
looking for
all
work,
know that.
you're not unemployed anymore. You can't have people in power in any kind of administrative capacity that are allowed to have that much like discrepancy between truth and reality, okay, or and falsehoods.
I mean, Trump wasn't lying about how like the they basically were taking jobs that were already had that people lost because of the pandemic, and then saying, you know, like the economy is doing well because the unemployment numbers are dropping. Yeah, but those jobs were already taken before. It's just people going back to those jobs. Like, you can't lie to us in our face. It's too much.
And then what would happen to the working class if we weren't all going back to work there? If those numbers were too high for them if they were looking bad because those numbers were really high and they had to talk about them even though they didn't want to, you know that they're going to be implementing policies or campaigning on implementing policies that are designed to crush that unemployment number. How are they going to do that? I forget what that capitalist CEO was who said, these workers are getting too uppity. We need to raise the unemployment level to 50% or whatever.
He's like a billionaire from, I forgot. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think that's when y'all first got together.
Because we covered it
When y'all
one
first was
day.
getting together.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Because he went to some event and was like, these workers are getting too damn uppity. We need to like start firing people and let them feel the pain.
It's like when you starve your dog or whatever, and then you don't, all of a sudden they're barking and they're starting to maybe try and bite at you a little bit because they're fucking hungry, and this dog's getting too uppity. It needs a bit of a... Yeah, good thinking, right? And then what happens too, they get this massive unemployment that they ask for, and in denial of Marx's labor theory of value, they deny that profit and value is created through labor. So the higher the unemployment, the less profit and value is being created through active labor. And so you have just created a disaster of an economy with that massively high unemployment. But you want to argue that that's what you need to do in order to control the problems in the economy. Okay, if you want inflation, to control inflation, you need to raise wages, and you need to wait for the effect to, like they say when they lower interest rates and they have to wait 18 months for it to have an effect. You need to raise wages substantially. Then you need to wait 18 months for your recession to stop, and it will turn into a goddamn boom. The economy will boom if you fucking raise wages. It's just fact, but we're not allowed to talk about it.
I think maybe next week one thing we should talk about is this a recession versus the beginning of a depression? Because it's getting to depression levels. In my humble opinion.
I think it's depression, right? I think that
So we
there's
need
been
to research
also
that.
the 2008 recession thing never really was resolved properly. So I feel like the COVID stuff put us statistically back into a place very similar to 1932 or whatever that Great Depression was. And if they want to call it a recession to prevent panic when we're in the middle of a financial panic, yeah, it's still a depression.
Okay, I'm not the only one that thinks that. Oronto says if we use the same metrics, we're way past depression.
They don't have a word for it.
We should look into that. Do some research on that and talk about it. So, cookies. That sounds a lot like Robert Reich. Robert Reich. If according to him, everything's fine. Okay, Hillary Clinton's stenographer. If you say so, I guess.
Yeah, how's about a maximum wage, old man Barker? That's 100%.
Yeah. All right. So should I get back to this? Damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
We haven't even got past the first question.
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab another beer here. I'll be right back.
Okay, grab another beer. How has he got your avatar?
When you look at his economic plan, it's all about tax breaks for the richest people. I am offering what I describe as an opportunity economy, and the best economists in our country, if not the world, have reviewed our relative plans for the future of America. What Goldman Sachs has said is that Donald Trump's plan would make the economy worse. Mine would strengthen the economy. What the Wharton School has said is Donald Trump's plan would actually explode the deficit. 16 Nobel laureates have described his economic plan as something that would increase inflation and by the middle of next year would invite a recession. You just have to look at where we are and where we stand on the issues. And I'd invite you to know that Donald Trump actually has no plan for you because he is more interested in defending himself than he is in looking out for you.
It's just a soundbite. They gave her that to say.
So her
I went to the Wharton School of Finance,
That's
and
just a
many
soundbite.
of those
They gave her
professors,
that to
the top
say.
professors, think my plan is a brilliant plan. It's a great plan. It's a plan that's going to bring up our worth, our value as a country. It's going to make people want to be able to go and work and create jobs and create a lot of good, solid money for our country. And just to finish off, she doesn't have a plan. She copied Biden's plan. And it's like 4 sentences, like run, spot, run. 4 sentences that are just, oh, we'll try and lower taxes. She doesn't have a plan. Take a look at her plan. She doesn't have a plan.
Mr. President, I do want to drill down on something you both brought up. The Vice President brought up your tariffs. You responded, and let's drill down on this because your plan is what she calls is essentially a national sales tax. Your proposal calls for tariffs, as you pointed out here, on foreign imports across the board. You recently said that you might double your plan, imposing tariffs up to 20% on goods coming into this country. As you know, many economists say that with tariffs at that level, costs are then passed on to the consumer. Vice President Harris has argued it'll mean higher prices on gas, food, clothing, medication, arguing it costs the typical family nearly $4,000 a year. Do you believe Americans can afford higher prices because of tariffs?
They're not going to have higher prices. What's going to have and who's going to have higher prices is China and all of the countries that have been ripping us off for years. I was the only president ever. China was paying us hundreds of billions of dollars, and so were other countries. And, you know, if she doesn't like them, they should have gone out and they should have immediately cut the tariffs. But those tariffs are there 3.5 years now under their administration. We are going to take in billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars.
Doesn't China own the majority of America's debt? Am I wrong on that one there? You're muted there, Abby.
My bad. No, you're not wrong on that because after 2008, the fallout from 2008, we had to borrow a bunch of money from China. So, I mean, they could, that's why I find it strange that we talk about China the way we do. And I'm like, can't China just recall their money and cripple America? Isn't
This is
that
why I
possible?
think the motivation for going to war with China is about not paying your debts as much as anything.
Yeah, if somebody in the chat has something to say about that, the fiddle for it. That's correct, Michael. The rich abandon America. I mean, China could just tell us like that, you got to pay all this back, and we are screwed. But I don't know how much we owe them now. That's a good thing to look into. How much
I know
money
that Dr. Phil showed Trump how China has bought up all the land near.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
China's been buying land in America
Near all the missiles.
really close to all of our
Missiles and-
military bases.
That's a good strategy.
Very strategic.
I'm not going to fight you so much as I'm just going to create a huge legal financial problem for you right next to your fucking bases.
And I could manipulate them, control them, because they're very tech savvy.
Can you pull that up
Sure.
so we can show them what we're talking about?
But
That's
Trump
that's way more interesting than this damn debate.
he's saying like we're gonna make China pay, right? He acts like there's only tit and there is no tat. Like they're not gonna respond. Like there is no such thing as a trade war. I don't get it.
And look, and Sean brings up I asked this too, Michael. I was like, well, who the hell sold? How the hell they was able to buy it? So are we that dumb that we have military bases and we're not like focusing on the land around it? Like, what
Well, the problem is when they try not to sell it to them too, then they're, oh, now you're discriminating against me because I'm Chinese, right? And then that's kind of well, you want to go play those identity politics.
Well,
That's what you get.
I feel like if you're a military base, I don't care if you're Chinese or American, that military base should have enough land surrounding it to protect itself.
Yeah,
Well,
but the
How
problem,
you drop that ball?
there's so much faith in the profit motive that we can sell whatever land to anybody and there's no consequence.
Can you put it in the private chat? She found it.
I found some of it. It's not the one with Trump, but it's
you have to put it in
Trump.
private chat because you can't play it on that laptop.
Yeah.
The CPU isn't good enough on that one. Okay, so we'll play it, but until then, Bear Cookie said that's capitalism, baby. It's all for sale.
Do you want me to play this one?
America, fuck yeah.
That's the plan back.
What was that movie? America.
What's that one?
Fuck yeah.
Forget which
I
one that
forgot
was.
the name of that movie, but it was hilarious. You could play it though, yeah. Totally.
Yeah, you need me to play this Dr. Phil video?
Sure, you could play it.
You want to?
Oh,
It's
it's
like 18
called
minutes. You got
it's
a card.
called
You want to?
Team America World Police. Okay. I gotta watch it again. That shit was hilarious.
So I just
You
saw
got
you
it?
send me in the private chat. You want me to play it here?
Yeah, you
Share my screen.
like it was 18 minutes.
Yeah. Just play the first part.
Yeah, just wondering which part to play. But yeah, we'll just play.
Just play the part where he shows
The map.
and control.
Yeah, where they're
There it is.
Sorry, what's that?
That part. That's good right there.
Just wait.
That's it, right?
All right.
Okay.
making a lot of these purchases. Some of these are close to military installations.
If you were going to be thinking in the future about making a belligerent move with your military, you'd stockpile some food.
Are they getting ready for war?
Oh, that's that black. He's like the.
China's really quietly stealing the agriculture sector in the United States.
He's
So we maybe
over the
need to ask,
no, he's
just real
over
quick.
the black. He's over the
Farmers.
Black Farmers Association,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
I recognize him.
but they
Okay.
make the claim is that China is buying up all this farmland, but Chinese citizens buying farmland is not, or Chinese American citizens buying farmland is not the same thing as China, the government, buying land.
Michael,
And
you can't be naive.
I don't think they said Chinese.
I'm sure that,
American.
like, to
But you
be
still can't be naive.
to not be naive,
And
it would be logical to be
And
aware
even
that
if it
there
is,
could be a concerted push for people to, under cover of just being a regular citizen, to be buying up land, of course. But the problem is when you acknowledge that, they use your words against you. They go, "Oh, you see, whatever. Now you agree with me. China's
yeah.
coming after us."
But
Now-
after knowing that there are sleeper cells in our country, right? And there are even people in our country that will be working against us. So it's always good to be vigilant in my perspective.
Yeah, yeah.
we're just trying to, put out the information, and then we could figure out for ourselves what we think about it. Because if all this land is being bought by either China or Chinese Americans, there's something to be said about that. That's like all the APAC
Arabs.
in America.
Well, I saw a
Like
recent
there's something to be said about that.
I forget exactly what I was looking at because I got a million tabs open, but there was a statistic that was saying that that Asian Americans, I think it was male Asian Americans in particular, earned more than all these other categories, right? And this is like a little bit like a counterintuitive or lesser known kind of fact or whatever that you would think. Like there's an Asian stereotype, right? They're always good with their money in math and science, right? But then if there's discrimination from the white supremacy patriarchy, then how are these Asian Americans making so much money is a bit of a question.
So you wanna play it, and I just want people to see the visual of the army bases and the land that's being bought.
We just got to be highly aware of CIA has their talking points about what China's up to on this particular kind of topic, right? So
That is a really good point, because the CIA is trying to condition us to be at war with China and Russia. So we have to know that in the back of our heads as we're watching, as we're taking in information.
yeah.
That's a very good point.
Like these are not simple issues. People like to act I really know what's going on here. These are very murky problems to discuss. We got to keep that in mind.
Fiddleford says I think Canada owns most of the land, eh?
Canada owns a lot of land in the States. I've never actually thought about that angle. The TD was buying up a lot of banks, so I'm sure there's probably plenty of Canadians buying up American land because it's probably cheaper than ours in some sense, right? I know our housing costs are a lot. I don't know about our land costs. It's a big question.
Blackstone and Vanguard is buying up most of our land. Well, most of the houses on purpose to make the market go. That's a whole nother show.
Yeah.
Go ahead, play it. Let's see.
All right, yeah, that's me. I gotta hit play.
Will we be able to stay on the land and continue to farm? Farmers depend on good farm ground to make it or break it. Before China started coming into this area, I could buy decent farm ground for $2,500 to $3,000 an acre. Now it's $15,000, $20,000. I simply can't compete with that. The land is everything to me. That's what my daddy told me growing up. This land is everything. My forefathers were slaves on the boy plantation. After the Civil War, a lot of black families stayed on these plantations, and you either became two things: the sharecropper or the ability to purchase land.
Can you pause it?
My great-grandfather bought 117 acres from the
Can
boy
you pause
plantation.
it?
Yeah,
So
go ahead.
I didn't want to go that far into it. I really wanted to show that the map. If you could try to find that, that'd be great. But also, as he's talking about China doing it, I'm thinking in the back of my head, well, isn't Bill Gates buying up a lot of the property? Like, how is he only mentioning China? I don't. I think that's a little disingenuous or not knowing the full scope of it. So then Snork says, "Oh, how we doing, Black Lives?" This is Rondo. Have you heard of the new Kenny joint we dropped? No.
Oh,
Kendrick?
I saw it. Yeah,
Kendrick Lamar.
I just saw it. I didn't get to hear it. It was
Oh,
right
once
before this.
we get off this live, we about to go ham.
Yeah,
But
just the one right here. Hold up, it's the one.
No, you can't play it here.
No, I'm playing with the cover is the Black Air Force.
Okay, so let me get back on topic.
Sorry.
So Snarky says, no, the most important land is being bought by Warren Buffett's company. What company is that, Snarky? Because I know of the most important land being bought by Bill Gates. So
Right. And Warren Buffett, from what I remember, with this very recent, I think it's the AI or tech bubble crash, whatever you want to call it, this 2,000 trillion stock market crash.
yeah.
Warren Buffett pulled out a bunch of money. He's got he's probably about to reinvest it somewhere if he hasn't already. So it's probably worth paying attention to what he's up to there.
So I just want to, I'm going to put this back up because this is a new person in our circle. So welcome, Belkin.
Berkshire Hathaway. Yes, I've heard of that name.
Snorky says that Bill Gates and Paul McCartney met with Warren Buffett. I want that tea. Oh, okay. Berkshire Hathaway. All right, gotta look that up. Berkshire Hathaway. You ever heard of that?
Yeah, I haven't really done any deep dive into it, but its name has come up many times.
Okay.
Do you want me to play a bit of this video?
It's a multinational conglomerate company. Oh Lord, we are doomed.
What's that? Someone just used a Korean term. I think it's karetsu. Let me look.
Karetsu, yeah.
Karetsu. It's a karetsu, right? All these massive, like, American companies are the same as that Japanese concept of a set of companies with interlocking business relationships and shareholdings that dominate an economy.
Shout out to Snorky for giving us the word karetsu.
Appreciate that. Yes.
We are
information there. So, like all of the people in this chat, appreciate you guys.
Oh shit. We are so fucked.
Yeah. Don't think about it too much because you might end up not able to move forward. So, you want to get back to or?
Yeah, you can. But can you? I was trying to give you time to like look through it to find just the map.
I found the ending where it looks like they go into the map a bit. So let's play that part.
Okay.
Tasha wants to. You wanted to say something?
I wanted to show y'all how bad cookies is being bad in here.
Oh Lord.
Look, he said this, right? and then Bryce said this. Wait, what did Bryce say?
Bad cookies.
He was on. Wait, hold up. Bryce said.
You're gonna have to have
We
cookies
going
on
down.
No, he lied. He didn't
cookies
mean
if you
it.
got
He was
if you
just
got
talking
time.
about swear.
And
You
and
should-
you know, I don't know why y'all doing this because Mastermind Hour on cookies is about to light it up in here.
Saying
Please
you could,
don't.
if Cookies never had time, you could go guest on Black Life and Politics there, Toshman, and they can hash that
Chop
out.
it up.
Yeah.
What is this?
Is that a challenge? All right, so you found it.
My boy Rondo, peace it out.
So yeah, let's hit play here. I was saying just Cookies just stirring the pot there. Sometimes the pot needs a bit of stirring. You know?
Is that fair to say?
That's absolutely true.
And I want to take a look. In red is where they're making a lot of these purchases, and some of these are close to military installations. And that really concerns me. So we have some of these, like Dugway Proving Ground right here. Let's take a look at what is there. Military equipment, biological, chemical weapons defense systems. These are strategically important to the United States, right? I mean, this is important stuff for our defense. And they're juxtaposed right next to it. That's not an accident, is it? Then
wait a minute.
you come over to the Missouri Air Force.
Oh, you got people juxtaposed right next to you? Like you put your fucking military bases right next to every fucking country in the
Everybody
world?
around the world.
Oh, how does that medicine taste? Oh,
Does it taste good to you?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Wait a damn minute. I'm glad you pointed that out.
That was a good catch.
It was a good catch, Michael.
well, double standards apparently are just the standard, right? There's only one
You see
standard
how they
there.
get
Right?
us?
Whatever. Let's...
The nerve.
Rondo, hey, Rondo, you're live. Okay, come on with the
correlation's not causation, right? That's their little
Force Base. You've got B-2, Spirit Stealth Bomber Base, Missile and Drone Operations, MQ-9 Reaper, Global Strike Command, 3 Intercontinental Ballistic Missile Wings, Air Force Entire Bomber Force, Nuclear Command Control and Communication System. And they bought land right next to it. And then you can come over here to the Virginia Naval Air Station and look at this. They're all right next to it. Aircraft carriers, submarines, destroyers, amphibious assault ships. These are things that are critical to us. North Carolina, airborne and special operations forces, rapid deployment capabilities mobilized to international crises or conflicts. They're strategically buying land around that. This is not random.
Dr. Phil, this is a national security threat to America. I mean, look at that map.
If this bothers y'all, raise your hand. Okay, I just want to know if you think we're sitting up here talking like crazy conspiracy theorists, or you think...
It don't bother me.
That's pretty much.
It don't bother me. Thank you, Cobra, for... I'm going to share my screen now for a second. I'm so glad that we are not watching this goddamn debate. I just really don't want to do it. Okay, Cobra said, okay, so uranium mining on indigenous lands in the United States has had a significant impact on the environment and the health of indigenous communities. So this is a map of, can you see it? Wait.
I'm going to make it a bit bigger so we can
What just happened? What just happened? Hold on. Did I lose the map? I think I lost the map. Let me see.
Yeah. Rondo said xenophobia.
I totally lost it. Oh, here it is.
it is worth bringing up that as far as the race debate stuff tends to get a little bit ultra hyper focused on the blacks versus whites, and then this is kind of a way to not actually talk about the discrimination happening to these other groups and to actually compare. Yeah,
that is a good point. Like, if it's always black versus white, then what about the Asians under fire? What about the natives and indigenous under fire?
yeah, and then you see people will get but what happens when they do that, a lot of these disenfranchised blacks will end up pointing out validly how like Latinos or Asian Americans might have some kind of bad attitude towards their demographic, which is probably pretty true in a lot of these cases. Like, no need to be like acting like they're not talking about facts there. It's just the context of, like, there's always this blame game. Let's blame our each other instead of the one kind of getting us to fight each other.
Basically, let's be Fred Hampton socialists. Let's be Fred Hampton. Let's all of us join together to fight the man. Is basically what we're saying.
Yeah.
So okay, that's the map. I'll land my plane. But thank you, I think, Sean, for pointing that out. Maybe that's something I can. Maybe I could send you this, and we could kind of research it a little more later. As
far as the cost for fixing that issue, it's never really properly addressed, because if it's illegal and there's a fine to be paid, that fine ought to be commensurate to the harm done, and they want to externalize the cost to the environment. This is the other thing. We didn't get time to get into the debate, but Kamala Harris is going to go acting like she's a big supporter of the environment. You know, we're going to get all these green banks started, right? Like, and it's all about, we're investing that money. We just put $20 billion into investment for. They're trying to say it's actually for small communities in the United States and stuff, right? Like, it's going to go to the people and shit like that. Right?
Okay. Do you want to go back to this shit?
Well, I don't know if we need to go back into it. We've been going on, but I just wanted to mention that, like, let's not forget all the greenwashing that's going on here. Okay? They're going to pretend like they're doing something for the environment, but if you actually go check under that hood, you're going to find out that those banks don't actually have to disclose whether or not they have ties to these oil companies and whatnot. Or maybe you can fact check me on that. Please do. That's probably going to be a good thing for anyone to learn about. So.
We only got past the first question.
But this is the thing, right? We could spend multiple, we could waste tons of time going over, like, the fact that they lie with every other word. We have to stop and go over everything that they say to actually get the record straight. Or we can just kind of try and cherry pick what is the most egregious thing that they've said.
Yeah, we probably should have picked out the most egregious shit, but
I meant to, but then I got kind of they intentionally blindside you, right, when they want to do that kind of firing shit to you. So.
Yeah, I thought we were going to get through more of it, but
we could revisit.
I also really didn't want to do it, because after I watched it, I was just like, this is really going to get my blood pressure up.
Yeah. Well, I was not interested at all in doing like the Biden-Trump debate back, like a lot of people were interested in. I'm just like, no, these fucking duopoly bullshit, whatever. Why would I want to hurt myself trying to watch that?
So at some point we're going to have to start, we're getting closer to November. So at some point we're going to have to, like, actually have a conversation about our vote.
Yeah.
At some point. I mean, well, you're in Canada, so you can't even vote anyway. So
yeah, I don't have a dog in the fight wherever.
So maybe
like
I should do that with Mastermind Hour, not you.
Our country is so captured by yours that it is like it's more important. I think most Canadians, maybe this is just me, wherever we're following usually what's going on with the American politics more than ours, because it's our politics is the tail that doesn't even wag the dog. Okay.
All right, Jacqueline.
But we're definitely a tail on your dog. Where our politics don't matter out of context of American politics. Like they act like we're a sovereign country. I'm really tired of this. Okay, apparently I'm such a firebrand, whatever, fringe guy, whatever to say that we need the monarchy out of Canada, and we need like less. I would think I used to say American influence, but I'm saying we need less of this American establishment influence. We need working class Americans and working class Canadians to work together on their own interests. Okay, but people that the establishment tries to trick the working class of both sides to act like by supporting the establishments of both countries, you are supporting the interests of the working class of both countries, when you are shooting yourself in the foot by doing that. Do not vote for these duopoly.
So this is very interesting that you're saying that, because I was wondering when fake Orbian put us together, and I was like, he's from Canada. Well, what the fuck does he care about American politics? But now I'm understanding you care about it because we wag the tail of Canadian politics, is what you're saying. So I didn't actually realize that, because I'm not in Canada.
Yeah, well, I
didn't have a need to be.
In Canada, they're drumming up all the talking points that the Americans want them to, trying to act like China's got interfering in our elections. We got to stop the Chinese interference, just like got to stop Russian interference. It's Chinagate over here. But who's the real actual problem who's the real influence in our politics? Is the American interference in our electoral system. Maybe
you should show us some of that footage.
Yeah.
That would be good. I'd be interested in seeing it, to see what fears are being stoked in another country that are being stoked here. They're being real funny in the chat, by the way, Michael.
Yeah, sorry, I haven't been able to catch up or keep up. But
you want to laugh a little bit? Bad Cookie said, who said Michael can't vote? According to the right wingers, you could just hop the border and get a driver's license and vote.
Yeah. Funny how this huge surveillance state that we have, and I'm pretty amazed how effective any of these people are at doing any of that sneaky stuff, because most of us, we don't have the ability to be James Bond like that. So
people say Canada is peaceful as if Haiti don't exist or something. What does that mean, Cobra? Because
Canada has been really bad in interfering with Haiti too, and then everyone kind of gives Canada a pass because we're not as bad as the U.S. somehow. But when you look at a case like Haiti, you really understand just how nasty we can be.
Okay, so the only reason I know how bad France is because you're Canada nice, eh?
Well, I think that the American, the U.S. establishment there needs Canada to do its dirty work for them in Haiti, in a sense, just like the Kenyans and stuff. Because if America went in again, like they already did back in the day, it doesn't look good. So
we did a segment on Haiti, and you didn't bring any of this up.
Yeah, we didn't. I feel we tried to cover Haiti, but it's difficult. We could do a better segment, maybe.
I would love to know. I would love to learn more about that, because I didn't know that.
Yeah, Fiddleford says even the Canada right will at times recognize American imperialism. Yeah, that's out of their selfish, greedy self-interest there, where they can only deny so much how much influence is going on. Like they can't argue to their own base what's good for them without pointing out the elephant in the room. Another thing that's worth mentioning is the Israeli influence, the AIPAC, the Zionist influence. So
in Canada,
pretty sure it's worse in the States. It's way worse in the States would be the knee-jerk reaction, but I'm not sure about how much worse. I'm sure that there's a pretty bad influence here too, there's also a big Ukrainian influence here. We have a huge Ukrainian
So-
population. So.
Oh, you do? Oh my God. Oh, that's why y'all put in the medal on a Nazi.
Yeah, well, we just welcomed like 2 million. Pretty sure
That-
at least 1 million
that's why.
Ukrainians just recently. But
Oh, y'all got the Azov Battalion?
after World War II, it was a nice little favorite spot for them.
Y'all got the Azov Battalion again?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh shit.
Well, they call it.
Well, I don't want to go to Canada. I was gonna tell you I'm going to New York City in February to see if you wanted to come, or if I could, like, I don't know how close you are to the what's the water?
I'm real close. I could go. Like I could get to.
She won't say that was my idea.
Huh? The what's it called? I forget. I don't know why I can't recall the name.
Niagara Falls.
Yeah, Niagara Falls. Thank you.
Did you tell him that was my idea?
You're real close to Niagara Falls.
No, I'm not really that close, but I also not like relatively depend on. I'm I'm in Ontario, so I'm a lot way closer than I could be. I could be in BC, right? But
Because
I'm 4 hours away, right?
I've heard that it looks better on the Canada side.
Yeah, I'd have to see both to be able to.
I've always been told that it's better on the Canada side.
It probably does, and yeah.
So we'll have to talk about that. Anyway, I'm getting off topic.
I'd love for you guys to come for a visit. So that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. Bad Cookie says it would be interesting to hear a short segment from you on how Canadian politics work. It would be, because we don't talk about that often enough.
Well, maybe there's a good chance to plug the Maple Files is the INN Indie News Network has a show that Snow Himbo and Yeti Jesus does on Tuesdays.
Ontario in across from Detroit. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's Tuesdays, I think, at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I might have that wrong, but there's a show that they just started that they do a weekly, not necessarily deep dive, but they try and cover Canadian issues and politics. Maybe I could see if they want to have me on there as a guest or something. I could talk, or I could also do a segment about Canadian politics on here too. I feel like I maybe got to actually do a bit more looking into the politics of my own country a little bit, even though I'm probably more versed than the average Canadian on what's going on here. I don't try as hard as I could to know exactly what's happening with every little MP that we have, which is, yeah.
I've seen the Maple Files, but I still don't know enough. So is Ontario across from Detroit, Michigan?
Yeah, Windsor, Ontario. Yeah.
Oh, so okay, so that's really central, like to New York City. Like to the Niagara Falls, you'd have to go all the way east.
Pretty far, yeah, but
yeah, that's pretty far.
I could take a bus to probably all the way to Niagara Falls. It would take a while. On my budget, it would be kind of maybe relatively expensive, but compared to most people, it's not too much.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Snorky says there's a Canadian consulate in NYC, so there are emergency Putin supplies there. I didn't know there was a Canadian consulate. I mean, I know the UN is there. I've been there. I didn't know there was a Canadian consulate. Is that like an embassy?
Sounds like.
Is that what he means? Like an embassy? I'm not sure.
Now we got to look into that one day. Difference between a consulate and an embassy.
Rondo. Oop. Okay. I'm sorry. Black Life and I are like. That's the kind of hard-hitting journalism you get at TMZ. I don't know what's going on.
He's talking about this.
Huh?
This.
As far as how
Canadians really feel about Drake, that's what Americans really want to know.
Yeah, I don't know what most Canadians feel about Drake. I feel like a lot of Canadians can be airheads and stuff, so they may be enjoying some of that kind of stuff without understanding what's wrong with it. I personally never liked, like from the moment I ever heard the first song from him, never liked these. Like, there's like a lot of mainstream rap artists. I'm like, oh, you look like a bougie piece of shit. So you might, some of the songs sound okay, but yeah.
I need to learn more about these consulates. What? I'm gonna Google that real quick.
He have it right here.
Consulates are like micro embassies in large cities. The French was really, oh, I never knew that. Ain't that some shit?
Don't forget the cheese, and it's supposed to be curds, which you never use for anything else, as far as I can tell. And then there's the specialty poutines where people get to have some creative flair.
So, okay. Consulates, what is a consulate? I'm at the National Museum of American Diplomacy. I can share it. Just in case anybody else was as confused as my ass.
Right, so legally, it's the territory of whatever country owns that plot of land.
What is a consulate? The United States has only one embassy and ambassador in the capital of a foreign country. In large countries, the United States may have several consulates in large countries. So not in America? I thought they were saying in America they have consulates. That's why I'm confused. Okay. In large countries, the United States may have several consulates in addition to the embassy. Consulates provide many of the same services and carry out the same official functions as the embassy, but on a smaller scale. Okay, so it's like the DMV.
Mouse sums it up pretty good. Like an office for spies.
Yeah, consulates are usually located in other large cities within the host country. A consul general leads the consulate. Consulates follow it. I'm just gonna read this and then I'll be done with it. Consulates follow the lead of the ambassador in the host country. This ensures that across the country, the United States has a unified approach to its foreign policy goals. Because of their location, consulates might take the lead on a certain foreign policy goal. Wait a minute, wait a minute. This means that while the embassy devises policies, diplomats from the consulate may carry out more of the work on the ground. I really don't like how diplomats have full immunity, by the way, but that's a whole nother story. Anyway, consulates provide passports, birth registrations, and many other services for visiting or resident American citizens in a country. They also issue visas for foreign citizens to visit, study, and work in the United States. Consulates also work with the U.S. and foreign law enforcement agencies to combat international crime. Y'all doing too much. Are you the DMV or you law enforcement?
You know what this reminds me of? Have you ever heard of the Aussie Cossack?
Mm-mm.
The mouse says when you are inside the Russian consulate, you're technically in Russia. So the Aussie Cossack is a communist in Australia who's been really supportive of the Russian government. And he's been kind of trapped living in the Russian embassy for several years because of a diplomatic incident and stuff.
That's like not Edward Snowden.
Julian Assange.
Julian Assange, yes. Thank you.
It's not quite as high profile, but it is very similar. But yeah, he's more like he's with DD Geopolitics. I don't know if you ever heard about those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Check them out. They do some good work. But then the caveat being like they're in that they're on that side of the spectrum with Midwestern Marks and Haas, infrared guys. This kind of like the supporting the Russian special military operation, right? There's this clique of communists that have come together, kind of in solidarity around that. So
Can you put that mouse up? Comment back up. About civics. Civics class with Abby do, at least they serve wins.
wine.
Why?
What? I
Why?
can't see. I can't see. At least they serve wine when there's a test. So the reason why I wanted to put that back up is because I'm gonna show this one too. Rondo says, I believe Canada is a parliamentarian system. I know. I can't
Yeah, I
talk.
guess you
I
guys.
can't read. I can't.
I never thought you guys don't technically have a parliamentary system.
Well, the reason why I wanted to say that is because I can't remember what it was that we were trying to get Biden to do.
$15 minimum wage.
That's what it was.
Mm-hmm. And the parliament said no.
And that motherfucker was like, I can't do it because the parliamentarian, and America was like,
What?
We got a parliamentarian?
You mean Congress?
No, we have a parliamentarian.
Yeah.
We didn't fucking know we had one. Like,
But you do have one. That's funny.
we got one. Her name is it's a woman too. And nobody knows her. Like, we didn't.
These are words that have no meaning except for when you talk about what kind of technically what system you have. It's like
we were like, wait a minute. So we should have voted for the parliamentarian and not the president? Like, what the fuck?
So I guess the difference would be a bicameral system is a like in camera means like behind closed doors. So bicameral means 2-room system. You have 2 legislatures or whatever. I thought Canada has a similar thing. We have a parliamentary system, but we have the House of Commons, we have the Senate, and it sounds just like your. It's like we're imitating your system, but then we're pretending like it's different for whatever benefits we get from that. I don't know.
So apparently the Senate has a parliamentarian. Her name is Elizabeth McDonough. Just so y'all know, Elizabeth McDonough. Who the fuck is she? I could share this so you can see. So it was a minimum wage. Who is the Senate parliamentarian who ruled against? Oh, you can't see it. I'm sorry. There it is. Who is the Senate parliamentarian who ruled against a minimum wage increase? This was in 2021. We didn't even know we had one of these. This is kind of the same thing as when the
Well, it's like our attorney general apparently has no power until all of a sudden they got tons of power.
Until all of a sudden they making all the decisions. So I'm just gonna read a little bit of this, just a little.
I'm just gonna use the bathroom if you're gonna be reading a bit. So.
Me too.
We everybody leaving.
Everybody got time.
Wait, hold on. Ain't nothing but hours to play.
I'll just be right back.
Okay, so the Senate parliamentarian, a critical but often low-profile arbiter of the chamber's procedural actions, is the subject of frustration from some liberals, not all of them, just some. After a crucial blow to Democrats' agenda late Thursday, remember this is in 2021, Elizabeth McDonough is the unelected. That's the point. Nobody elected you. You just got selected and you have more power than the president? When and how? Why am I voting? Anyway, she is the unelected, supposed nonpartisan. They don't have the word supposed in there, but I just added it. Nonpartisan interpreter of chamber rules, commonly referred to as the Senate referee. She nixed a Democratic push to add a $15 an hour federal minimum wage increase to President Biden's $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief package, dubbed the American Rescue Plan. So I just want to say that, do that. Ooh, hold on. I got the wrong. Okay, there we go. Okay, hi. Hi. So yeah. Oh, there he's back. Guess who's back?
My bad. Sorry, leave you hanging there.
Oh, Snorky is being a little snarky in the comments. Ooh, snark.
Well, I missed the context. With Pence in the photo, did he look a little silly?
I missed it too because I was busy reading this and I didn't get to the comments. Oh, you know what started this whole thing? They are so bad. Shannon Sharp. First of all, I don't even think that sex tape is real. That's just my opinion. Why are they talking about Shannon Sharp?
Oh, sex and that girl?
I'm trying to be serious.
Who talking about Shannon Sharp?
I'm trying to be serious and talk about the parliamentarian and all, and they in the chat talking about Shannon Sharp sex tape.
Oh, that was on purpose, intentional, distract from his gay life.
I don't know. I don't.
He's full of shit.
I think he's full of shit.
Yeah, that was full of shit.
See,
he might not be. I don't know.
Kill Your Egregious said he's peacing out. He'll see y'all at Savvy there. I don't know if we're gonna keep going on much longer. Wrapping up. Thanks for being here, everyone.
If Shannon Sharp was gay, would he go by the nickname Shay Shay? Oh wait.
Of course.
Oh wait. Y'all so bad. I'm sorry, Mike Pence. I can't see for some reason today.
Mm-hmm.
Is it my glasses? I can't read the comments. Can you help me?
His what?
Can you read the? I can't.
I can read my glasses. Read it.
Okay, thank you, Michael.
It says, I'm sorry, Pence's Christian fascism only makes sense if he is lost deep in a closet. It is a question worth asking. Unless someone like that actually comes out of that closet, it's kind of speculation. But certainly, like, even if you're not technically actually, if someone like Pence isn't actually gay, there's like the homophobia is very unpacked problem that they have there, and you might find some interesting explanations as to what's the root of that. Yeah.
I mean, he seems zesty, and who calls their wife mother? It's kind of weird, but
well, these guys,
neither here nor there.
These misogynist guys, they get such a romance going with each other over their misogyny, and it's very weird. Okay.
Read what Mouse SF just.
Can we just talk about the elephant in the room? Who created the FBI?
Where they came out of the blue?
J. Edgar Hoover. And who was more sassy and zesty than that motherfucker?
Right.
Who was more sassy and zesty than J. Edgar Hoover? And Leonardo DiCaprio played the shit out of him in that movie. Have anybody seen that movie?
Can you read what?
J. Edgar Hoover? I don't know
put it down.
And what he looks like, right? I'm like, he's sexy.
Oh man, watch the movie.
Rondo said gay Edgar Hoover.
Say what? Gay
Edgar Hoover. Y'all bad. Oh
I didn't know this interesting side of Edgar Hoover there. Funny.
Mike Peters Pence. Wait, what does that say?
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Cobra said Mike
Pence
or
something.
Was Red Skull. So yeah, that's as far as those secret societies, those sororities that people like Kamala Harris are involved in, the frat societies like the Skull and Bones or whatever. I've heard some interesting claims about the sorts of things that they do for initiating people into their organization there, the sort of homosexual blackmail kind of thing.
I mean, it's the same thing that they were saying that is done in Hollywood. That the initiation is, like a humiliation process.
Yeah.
That's what they say. I don't know. I'm not in Hollywood.
That's a whole mental health place that they are in, that explaining it from the outside looking in is kind of impossible. So.
Well, we've had a time, haven't we?
Yeah.
I wanted
Can I
to.
show my new?
Yes, you can. But I wanted to say that, you were getting support in the chat, Michael. So I want to find that.
Yeah, I saw.
Here it is. Thanks for doing the show, Michael. Hope you find another gig soon, man. On Bad Cookies. So thank you for the support, Bad Cookies.
Thank you.
I'm glad you were able to come on the show, and I hope it was. I hope it gave you some solace.
Yeah, well, it's
from a bad day.
Maybe momentary escapism. I'm sure it doesn't really solve my problem, right? I know from experience I'll probably end up dwelling on this and going into a bit of a depression funk, right? But that's knowing that that's what's typically what happens with me. I need to strive not to let that happen. This is not my fault. This is just the continuous trap that I'm stuck in. I have to still focus on getting out of it and not despairing. If you want to be a revolutionary, you can't be a nihilist. Those things are not compatible. So if you want to sit there and say, I'm fucked, we're not going to fucking make it out of this, as much as that is feeling very true, and probably it can be true in your own life where you are fucked and you aren't going to make it out of it in your own lifetime. It doesn't mean that we are not going to make it out of this. Okay.
Well, you have us, you have Bad Cookies, you have Mastermind Hour, you have Black Life, you have me.
Yeah.
So,
I have more than a lot of people.
And you have all this family in here. So we can't find you a job, but we can give you some support.
Yeah.
And have your back. So
I
that's it. Yeah. So I forgot what I was about to. I got flustered. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I got so flustered.
So many things to get flustered about every day, right? This is where it makes a lot of sense, where people are saying, don't let things bother you, because like if you pay attention to how bad, if you're not affected, you're not paying attention. This is exactly the thing, right? So things are so traumatic for the people around us that we are abandoning each other just to keep our sanity. And we need to try and overcome that as well. We need to try and maintain our sanity and still find a way to be there for each other. And if some of us get left behind, we know that that's going to happen, but we want to make that as the smallest amount of people as possible. So
maybe we could do like a GoFundMe or something for you to tide you over or something.
Right. Yeah. I know that those are always good tools that I should be more willing to utilize. I also recognize, as far as evolution is constantly happening. So I really, we're very strong to push back against that welfare narrative where we're just a bunch of welfare queens. But at the same time, if you start to rely on something like a continuous stream of donations, I'm not doing the work for myself, and it becomes easy to kind of, oh, look, I have this income now that's not even income, it's donations, right? So I don't want to be a grifter, but...
Well, corporate America is the biggest welfare queen, so I don't put that on us at all. Mother Mind Hour says, there are hills and valleys. This is a valley. The hill is ahead. So basically saying stay positive.
Yeah, this is my
as much as you can.
Yeah.
Is there a version of unemployment insurance in Canada?
Well, I'm on disability already, so this is the I can't quite claim unemployment because I'm on disability, and I wouldn't necessarily need to work if I was given enough on disability. They intentionally give me not enough so that I'm forced to go find some kind of work. But then because I'm on disability, the employer doesn't have to give me as many hours, kind of thing. So if I work beyond, I think it's 1,000 hours in a month, then they take 75% of every dollar I earn after that.
Mm,
So
my goodness. And Snarky, Black Life, formerly Todd Smith, put that up because you both are educators and she understands how you feel.
yeah.
There's a lot of kids coming to school and they don't have anything. They don't have clean clothes. They don't have food.
And I think maybe if there's a way for me to increase whatever kind of funding I'm getting from disability, the unfortunate thing is I would probably have to mortgage autonomy to get that. You would have to sort of admit, I am completely hopeless. I need someone to change my diapers for me, so I need more funding from the disability. And if you can prove that you're completely, because it's like when you say I'm on disability, it's not the same for everyone. Depending on what your disability is, you are receiving a different rate. So, and then there's other even categories. I don't want to kind of speak about what I don't understand, but like my neighbor across the hall is on a different arrangement, and he's also got mental health problems, like a bipolar kind of thing. But he's got like some kind of passport funding. So it's like if I could look into it, I maybe have other options as far as what I qualify for. But this is interesting as far as what are your rights and what do you qualify for. So what I wanted to do was transition out of the restaurant industry into doing something like this streaming stuff. Maybe I could try streaming a little more often, but like if we could get that restreaming going and get this network started, we could sign up for some like Patreons and stuff. That would be helpful. I know that's definitely not going to be able to make up for a whole nother job, but at least then I would, if I do have to go work part-time at some restaurant, I don't have to do. The problem is that I have to accept minimum wage to get the job, and then I can just take a couple of days a week and then take my disability and then not be able to actually save money and retire in any way. But I would be able to live paycheck to paycheck. So if I can get some podcast income, then I can work just a few days a week with the restaurant thing without trying to earn my way to a raise, which is never happening. I need to figure out how to get the fuck out of that trap. Because when I'm looking for the capitalist to give me the respect that I've fucking earned many times over at other places, but that doesn't count because I haven't earned it with them. I personally, with my fucking mentality, with my personality, I can't take that shit. I don't have the ability to lie and take it up the ass like other people, okay? Maybe that's for you. I don't, but it's not for me, okay? I'm sorry. I can't fucking do it anymore. Whatever.
You know what's so interesting about what you're saying? Okay. He reminds me of you, Black Life.
Mm-hmm.
How
that's what I just said.
You said that?
While he's saying that, I'm shaking my head like that's.
I wish there was another way for me to say that. That's like that inherent, like we were saying the other day, whatever. You try and say something, and you kind of have to fall back on these bigoted terms, right? So how do you say being taken advantage of without saying a homophobic slur, right? Like
take it up the ass. I mean, you know that might be fine. That some people like that.
Exactly. Some people like
some people
this
like
is the as far as dialectics or whatever, the Hegelian dialectic, which is the guy that Marx gets a lot of inspiration from, is the master-slave dialectic. And so when we're talking about people who enjoy being a slave, who have a slave mentality that they actually don't want to get rid of,
who like working 3 and 4 jobs.
We are talking about people that are embracing the dialectic of the master-slave relationship. And they're saying that they are being transformed by this relationship that they have with a master in a way that improves their life, in a way that they appreciate. So that relationship is worth preserving to them because there are benefits to being a slave to the master. And the whole thing that Marx is like, and I don't even know enough, like I shouldn't talk about Hegel. I know fucking nothing about him, right? But it's like, I think the whole point about talking about the master-slave dialectic is to get people to move past it, not to get people to embrace it, but that's just me, right?
Mouse wanted to point out that straight people do anal too.
Yeah, I'm one of those people, right? But it's anyway.
But I wanted to kind of point out real quick. You know, you're just pulling up your stuff, right? I wanted to point out that Black Life, she was unemployed the entire summer, and boy, she gave me a headache because she wasn't sure where she was going to land, what she was going to do, and now she has a job that she loves. It's like everything she's always been wanting to do for.
But it's less money. It's less money.
It's less money. That's true.
And it's a bigger sacrifice to do what you want to do. You have to. The rest of your life have to struggle. You have to struggle, like he said, living paycheck to paycheck. When you work your ass off, you earn the opportunity to get these jobs, and then people could just piss on you.
It's the opportunity economy, baby.
I'm an opportunity her ass.
It's the opportunity economy.
What are you looking down the dirt for? Look up.
Oh my gosh. Okay, read this one, Michael. You gotta read this one.
You're trying to tell me Marx came up with a theory of labor value without nitrous and anal beads? I will fight you. Yeah, ooh, well, that's a fun rabbit hole to go down or whatever. What did Marx do with rabbit's holes?
With rabbit's hole? Not with rabbit's hole. Y'all are
bad.
bad. You know what? I gotta get off this damn live stream before I get in trouble. Or maybe I should stay on and get in trouble. What should I do? Rhonda wants to know, what about rabbit hoes? What about OV hoes? And step this way, step that way, step this way, step that way. He a fan, he a fan, he a fan.
What did Richard Gere? What did Richard Gere do?
I don't know. You wanna show your
Yeah, but what did Richard Gere do with those journals?
Is Richard Gere the fitness dude?
No, he's the dude from Pretty Woman with Julia Roberts.
Oh,
yeah, I remember that name. I forget.
What did he do with what? I want to know in the chat. Somebody tell me what he did with them gerbils.
Oh, that guy.
Oh, with gerbils?
Yeah.
Why are you talking about that? Oh my gosh.
Y'all mentioned stuff.
Oh my gosh. Everybody knows what they do with gerbils.
I don't know who the fuck came up with that idea. Nasty.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe she just said that.
So this is going to be my new film.
They can't hear you. You gotta speak up. Speak up. Okay, so Tosh Schmidt, formerly known as Tosh Schmidt, has rebranded herself. And this is her new channel name, Black Life. So that's who you've been seeing in the comments.
I love
Black
it.
Life.
Nice.
So
This totally represents
she felt
me.
like she was pigeonholing herself because she had made it into athletes and politics, and then she decided she just want to talk about everything black. So that's her new logo. I hope you guys like it, and I hope you come back to hang out with us and talk about it. Now back to these gerbils.
Wait a minute. This is a bad cookie set.
I gotta get back to these gerbils.
They pet them. Please tell me they pet them.
A butt plug with teeth and claws. What could possibly go wrong?
Cobra is team jerk. You know what? Somebody wants a pig or two.
Well, at least it's not the pets that Trump was talking about them eating.
Well, on that, I meant to get in. I'll maybe touch on it briefly. Apparently, there's an interesting history as far as American cuisine and raccoons.
This is the
There is
Raccoons?
If you think about the raccoon as not a trash panda from before there was a time where there was trash fucking everywhere, it's just another forest animal, and it was in Native American cuisine. It was kind of normal to consume the raccoon, and American colonizers also partook in consumption of the raccoon. And if you still, I think in some remote locations, even to this day, you could find people who will prepare for you a dish made from raccoon. So as far as this whole criticism of what other cultures do is, and there's also these globalists with the Malthusian arguments, like saying we got to eat the bugs and stuff.
Hey, what? One second.
Yeah.
Good night, Mama Maya and Hour. I know we was talking about too much.
Well, thank you for tuning in. I know everybody's got a biological clock that comes first. So.
Take care of yourself. We love you.
But there are people with these like WF sustainable world that we're trying to live in that are trying to advocate for. We need to eat more. Like I forget his name, but I found a guy who's literally was making a pitch.
Are you talking about bugs?
Literally making a pitch for people to start eating more dogs and cats or whatever. It was a fucking American.
Wait. Are you talking about Trump?
No, I'm talking about like one of these people with like the one world, one health, world health organization kind of people.
1 second. Bye, Bryce. Bryce is saying goodbye to you. He's headed over to Sabby Sabs.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in. No worries.
Thank you for tuning in. We love you. But I'm saying that because Trump, in the debate that we couldn't get through, basically, what did he say? That
I didn't hear that part. I just seen
somebody eating
comment.
cats and dogs and pets or something. I don't know what the fuck he was talking about.
So maybe I'll
So
share
I thought that's why you were saying that.
Maybe
That's not why you were saying it.
I found a little Wikipedia article about a book called Unmentionable Cuisine, which I think is worth kind of just because everyone's talking about that shit that Trump brought up.
Talking about. Because everybody's talking about that. Sorry. Go ahead.
So, now I can't say about without
Look, he tried to correct it. I can't say about. He tried to say it with his chest. You know you don't say it like that.
Speak natural.
Well, I guess I only say a boot when I'm not thinking about it.
A boot when I'm not. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just thought it was funny that I managed to come across this in my little research about Trump's comment about that eating the dogs or whatever. There's this guy called Calvin Schwab, I don't know how you pronounce that. In 1979, he wrote a nonfiction book, a professor of epidemiology in the veterinary medicine school at the University of California, consultant for the World Health Organization. The book contains hundreds of recipes he had collected over the years for ingredients not normally considered as human food in the United States, such as earthworm, dog meat, and cat meat. Schwab argues in this work that Americans will need to be less discriminating about food in order to mitigate food shortage, citing an estimated number of dogs and cats born in the United States every hour and calling the surplus among them potentially edible meat being wasted. So this is like, yeah, you're trying to make it into a racist dog whistle, but you've got American academics that are advocating for this in a not non-ironic kind of way.
Well, I mean, like in different places. So in Louisiana, we eat stuff that other people would cringe over. We eat alligator meat. We eat snake. We eat frog legs.
We eat coon.
We eat
raccoon.
We eat raccoon.
Raccoon and possum.
Raccoon. We eat rabbit.
Possum.
Squirrel. What?
Squirrels.
Yeah, we'll eat a squirrel.
And then there's parts of the animals.
Crawfish.
Like everyone eats pig, but not everyone will eat the pig's feet. But a lot of cultures eat that.
Yeah.
Here they eat pickled pig feet here and pig tongue.
And look,
and chicken
on
feet.
Boomerang. He said we've eaten everything on the pig from the rooter to the tube.
And there's a lot of us that are probably missing out because we look at that pig's foot and we think, yeah, that just looks disgusting. I don't even want to try it. And the fact that you think that it's disgusting before you put it in your mouth makes it harder to actually taste it without bias. So.
Cobra, where you live? Where y'all out there eating cow faces?
Never heard of nobody eating cow. My grandma used to eat the fish eyeball.
Yes, Muslims do not eat pig. Yes, that is true. I eat fish eyeball.
Ugh, I never.
Michael, because I don't know what corn is, Cobra. You got to give me a state. U.S.-Mexico border. Y'all eating cow faces over there? Damn.
I hate chitlins.
Yes, Rondo. My grandmother
smell.
used to cook chitlins. They're actually the proper name is chitterlings, but you know us in the South we call them chitlins.
I thought chitlins was a bug.
No,
What's a
it's a bug.
I thought he said a bug.
When you
It's the intestines of a pig, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the intestines of a pig. And yes, bad cookies. I love oxtails. I be cooking some oxtails, baby. Baby.
We haven't even mentioned the Rocky Mountain oysters. You guys remember what those are?
Oh, the bull balls.
Yeah.
I was trying to help a friend clean chitterlings, clean them, and I was throwing the part away.
Don't call them chitterlings.
Chitlins.
Thank you. Say it like
I was throwing the part away that was supposedly the good parts. I was like, it's disgusting. It's horrible how people eat that. The smell alone would just be like, what the fuck is
you
this?
you gotta clean them real good. Get all the shit out of them.
And people love this. I mean, love it.
Don't knock it till you try
I
it.
would much prefer eating oxtails than chitlins.
It's gonna stink up your whole house.
That shit is
trying
horrible.
to clean them.
It's just.
Please clean them right before you cook them.
We're just shooting the shit now. I don't know how much.
I know it is
literally
shooting the shit. Literally shooting the shit. What? Okay.
That's a good point. Matt Parker says before there were freezers, right? Now there's a lot of big change in how people eat stuff.
Yeah.
I saw a dog on a stick in Mexico. I'm not for it.
Certain countries do eat dog.
I could have passed out.
We don't look at it the same because we look at them as pets.
Yeah.
But people eat dogs.
It's like once you've tasted it and it tastes good, then it's a little bit harder for you to be all like, oh, why are everyone against this, right? It's like, I don't understand why people don't eat rabbit more often. I think it's because it's cute, but I really think
rabbit is good. It's like coon. It's like raccoon, really.
Rabbit?
Yeah.
Oh, rabbit's delicious.
To me, they taste the same kind of.
A lot of that stuff tastes like chicken.
Right.
Frog legs taste like chicken. Rabbit tastes like chicken.
People complain about the animal agriculture, and then I like to think about how we eat. Like, there's all these billions of chickens and cows and pigs, and that's like all that we eat. Why don't we diversify to the other sources of meat that do exist? Why are people so against meat eaters that they just want to go against the entire food system instead of trying to find other animals to also consume so as to not make animal agriculture so monocultural?
Exactly. Like what Cobra's saying, my rule is now when I'm eating other cultures, I don't ask questions. I just act respectful. Now, I didn't know you could eat bees.
No.
That's a new one for me, Mouse.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's a new one for me. I want to hear more about that. And you had a pet bat? Actually, when I was living in North Carolina, I had a bat house. You know how you have bird houses? Well, you can also get a bat house. I thought that was interesting. A squirrel dairy?
Yeah, I would probably eat a squirrel if someone caught it for me. I wouldn't go through the
Hey,
effort.
they have gangs, like they have a little group of guys that surround my community. They really go hunting squirrels, and they like walk around with like the catches in a little group hanging off their belt.
That's a Louisiana
Yeah,
thing.
that shit is crazy to see. It's crazy to see.
There's just not enough meat on them.
When I was in New York
No.
City, I know. When I was in
There's
New
so
York
many of
City, I was feeding squirrels,
I
and
know.
here they hunt them.
Can I tell a funny story about a squirrel? So I was at work. I was pissed, like Mike. I was pissed, and I was going to work, and the entranceway in our job had a tree that kind of went down toward the sidewalk, and I'm already pissed. I'm walking. I see this fucking squirrel, and I'm like, in my mind, I'm bigger than this fucking squirrel, man. Fuck this squirrel. I flinched at the squirrel, like.
I bet that squirrel ran after your
No,
ass.
this is what the fucking squirrel did to me. The squirrel flinched back, like back to me. I slipped the fuck down each of those cement steps. I went into work with war wounds. I went into work with war wounds. They like, what happened? It's like I got jumped by a fucking squirrel.
What is squirrel milk?
Squirrel milk. That's
like you. Are you like milking the
fuck that squirrel?
Fuck
That's
that
right.
squirrel.
That squirrel fucked the shit out of me.
But what is squirrel milk? Rondo say, how the hell you gonna get jumped by a squirrel? You
imagine
you
having to go into your job bleeding from the legs because you fell,
and then have to explain.
What the fuck happened.
Bear Cookie says, sounds like you fucked around and found out.
That's exactly what happened. Bear Cookies. I thought I could handle that fucker. Fucking squirrel.
That's hilarious. Squirrels wearing black Air Force Ones. That's hilarious. What is squirrel milk though? I mean, are you? I need answers. What the hell is squirrel milk? Who milking squirrels? Who said that?
Now you make me look. You gotta go crawl YouTube. I'll bet you there's somebody.
Snarky. Are you milking squirrels, Snarky?
I can't deal with that.
You gotta explain yourself. Oh shit. Okay, we having too much fun. I'm so happy that you're laughing, Michael. I'm so happy.
It's all good. I'm just gonna go.
That's why I did say that, Rondo. I know Rondo gonna keep on me right now.
Rondo, he about to step off your neck.
The other funny thing was Trump was saying that, like, making comments about people eating like geese and ducks. Like,
no, he said dogs and cats.
No, but he also said something. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if maybe he said it or if it's like part of what people are like the story he's referencing. People are claiming that among the not just dogs and cats, but these horrible migrants are also eating our ducks and geese out of our ponds and stuff. It's like people fucking eat geese and duck all the fucking time. You're just complaining that they went and killed it themselves.
I mean, eating a geese is like eating a chicken or a rooster or a hen.
It actually tastes better than chicken, but it's like fucking gourmet or whatever, higher culture cuisine.
I don't believe Snarky, but he says he's never milked a squirrel. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Okay, should we get out of here?
Yeah, we could wrap up.
Find that funny thing to leave on.
We've had so much fun. Thank you so much, fam, for cheering us up, because today was a hard day for both of us. So, and you made it better. You made it so much better. And we love you for that. Did y'all like and share? Yeah, go like and share. And subscribe if you haven't.
Appreciate you guys saying that. I don't really feel like doing the pushing of the marketing stuff.
I know you always feel bad for doing it, but you have to.
Yeah, please come subscribe to my channel there. I noticed like Abby and Mastermind, Tin Rabbit podcast.
I'm going to show you.
They managed to have collected plenty of subscribers. I don't really, otherwise I wouldn't care, but we are trying to do this network, and I'm going to need 50 subscribers on my Nihil Nostrum channel too. So if you guys haven't already done that, I would appreciate it if you would take the time. I probably won't publish much over there, but if you just subscribe anyway. I'm still gonna upload our old videos. So
because we're still working on that. We're kind of lazy.
Can you play this song?
And
It's funny.
I'm just gonna put that there. Maybe I should take that off.
And then Black Life too. I don't know about how many subscribers Toshman's got there, but
I was thinking that I could just stick on the Abby Do, because I don't really need a channel because I'm always with you.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
it never works, right? Like,
I think it would be easier if I just stay and not have a different channel, just have my stuff like that. We'll talk about it.
Oh my
whatever
God.
we need to get that technical monetization.
Wait a minute. Jesus. Oh my God.
I wanted you to laugh.
She sent me something and asked me to play it, and it was like loud in my ear. I'm sorry. I threw you off. I'm sorry.
Awesome. I was just saying, we don't necessarily need all these different channels for everyone to follow. Just we need to meet that benchmark that YouTube is forcing us to meet as far as monetizing our thing, and then even
Hi,
if
bad cookies.
we'll go through all that effort, and then we'll say something maybe and end up getting demonetized. Hopefully not, but hopefully if it's still worth trying, because if we can, it's our right to pursue our economic activity, right? So it's
Yep. We have to work on creating our network. We have to work on that. We keep talking about it, but we haven't done it.
We need to meet so we can start brainstorming ideas.
We're gonna get it together.
It's not something to blame the individual so much for, but it is a phenomenon that is quite it's quite common. We see all the time. People were saying that we want to do something, saying we're going to do it. Why isn't it like procrastination, right? It's like,
yeah, and it's a lot going on with everybody. So
yeah, it's not necessarily
that too.
That's why you have to be
personal
intentional
failing.
with your time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
That's what I'm talking about. You can't just waste your time and not get things done that you want and that's meaningful to your life.
Okay.
Ooh.
Fine.
Y'all hear it? You hear it?
Fine, we'll get it done. So
I
Rondo,
see you.
I'm trying to pull up what you sent me.
I want to make
we'll
Michael
probably
laugh.
play both of these on the way out.
Yeah.
Oh, we cannot play this, Rondo. We'll get it. Look at this. Thank you for showing. Thank you for sharing it. I can't play it though because we'll get a strike.
You can't play it at another speed?
I don't think so.
Okay, well then play it for Michael. Michael, this is supposed to make you laugh.
This is to make you laugh, Michael.
Yeah, good. I see you shared in
on
the
our
private
way
chat,
out.
and you got it up here, so I don't need to share it. So.
Yeah, I got it up.
All right.
There's some other versions of this one, but it's always these
Remember when we played the gopher who was like in this man's garden?
Yeah,
and
this is friends.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
I got it. I have it. I'll pull it up. Well, all right. We all. Yeah,
now we got a lot of. We're building the suspense. That's what we're doing.
We had 3 hours territory.
We're doing too much. Okay, we about to go though.
All right.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
I don't hear it. I don't hear it.
I don't hear it either.
I don't hear it.
Oh, you don't hear it?
No, it probably needs the audio.
Okay. I gotta, because for some reason when you share on here, sometimes it stops the audio and you gotta start over again. So sorry about that.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
So you pulling up the other thing?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I got it pulled up too. I don't know if you want me to try it.
Oh, the food?
Can you hear it?
Oh, you must not want that hand. Just slide, bro.
What the?
Rewind. Rewind.
Okay.
This
All
one
right,
somebody
thanks,
fucking
guys.
with you. For no
You
reason.
can hear it though, right?
Yeah, I heard it last time anyways.
Put your hands off me. Bro, who is this nigga? Oh, you must not want that hand. Just slide, bro.
Get your fucking hands off me.
Just slide, bro.
That shit was
Bye, mouse. We leaving.
Yeah.
But I want to play that.
The eating?
Yeah.
I thought Michael.
Yeah, we need a bit of a longer video to end off on.
Okay.
That was funny though. Thank you for sharing that.
Okay. We could play it the next time if you can't find it.
I just had it. I was come back and forth.
Yes, Rondo. Those voiceovers
All hilarious.
are hilarious. Can you find it? Or we out?
Hold up.
You on your phone?
I'm on the screen.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna give it 1 second. Look at this right here. Oh,
Thank you for sticking with us, everybody. Appreciate. We could have been jumping out, going wherever else.
I got it. I'm gonna send it to you in the thing.
okay. I cannot play this, but oh wait, I'm not showing. So that's the new joint. Thank you, Rondo, for sending me that. Bye, Cobra. This is a new joint from Kendrick Lamar. Watch the Party Die.
All right.
So, and he got on the black Air Force One, so you know it's about to go down. All right, so we're leaving on this one. It's another little funny one for you, Mike.
It's not the voiceover, but it's just what he's doing. God,
It's not the voiceover.
I was trying to.
If
find
it's
it.
not the voiceover, I'm not playing it. I'll play it next time for you, Michael.
No,
What? I'm not playing that lame stuff without the voiceover.
it's right here. It's right here. I got it.
Oh, okay, she found
I gotta give my boy Michael something happy. Come on.
it. she want to just make sure you leave on a
I
good.
love when he smiles. He
On
has
a happy
he has
note.
one of the cutest smiles ever. All right,
He
there it
does
is.
have a cute smile. He
That's
has
my G.
He has the cute
And Michael.
smile, and Mastermind has the cute laugh.
Michael, by the way, whenever I was told that we could potentially be going to New York, your name was the first name I thought of. I was like, what do we do? We can meet up with Michael. That would be so good.
Okay.
Well, I'm kind of having a
Why
bit
is
of a
this
hard
so
time
loud?
catching
Why is
everything.
this
you're saying.
happening?
I appreciate
Oh
that.
my God. Oh, okay.
So you sent something in the private chat. Do you want me to share that? Or
Yeah, I sent it to you.
I'm sorry,
It's the last
I'm flabbergasted because this is like, where is
'cause I can
Let
share
Michael
this
do
in
it.
the meantime. Just
It's
Michael?
the
You
three
got
names.
it? Why is this in my ear like this?
gotta play the ad
Where's it
first.
coming from? Oh, okay, I found it. Oh, I see what just happened.
Pop straight up. Well, I
That's
probably
not
want to
cool.
keep this one muted though, eh? I don't know
Okay.
if this is the one
Oh
you're
my
looking
God.
for, but
The last one.
No, that's not the one. Just let it go.
thank you,
That's
Rondo.
boring.
No,
Appreciate
it
it.
isn't. I put the last one. It's the one I put. The last one.
Okay, we'll see.
It's the last one.
All right,
All right, I'm gonna
go
do-
ahead. Go ahead and play it, Michael. Let's see if this is the one. It better be the one.
I'm gonna leave it muted.
Oh, we can't hear it. No, you got it.
Well, I think it's got music, and I don't know about the copyright. You want me to play it anyway?
Michael, you got to play
Or
that.
whatever. All right, here. You just pop straight up, just start eating.
That is not the one.
This is the one on my
just stares into the camera.
Oh yeah, Michael, take that down. Take that down, Michael.
What are you gonna do about it? Take it down. All right. Early on in the season. I don't know. That's just what you sent me. So it's
Yeah, that's not the one. I'm gonna share it.
Listen,
I know. I got it.
and it's only 50 cents. 50
And
cents.
it's only 50 seconds. And then we
that's
out.
all.
Okay.
Y'all fucking crazy.
Why I'm doing Mastermind laugh for him?
This is noteworthy.
Okay. This is noteworthy, she said. All right.
I love how versatile that name is.
Yard.
Huh? What'd you say?
I was saying I love how versatile noteworthy is. It doesn't have to be about any doesn't have to be pigeonholed. Anything noteworthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's right.
Here we go.
What you done put in this yard? Is it moving? Oh shit. Oh, it's a camera.
Oh shit.
Oh, so you want to watch? Okay. This what you want to see, ain't it, Jerry? Ain't this what you want to see? Me turning your shit up?
Me turn your shit up.
Because I am a player. Let me get some of what you snacking on, baby.
Bitch,
Bitch, you don't see all that on the ground? Jerry, I got a question. How people think they own food that's outside? Guess who's Bizak? Oh, popped up like toast on your ass. What's up, Doc? You didn't know I did impressions, did you? Dr. Sebi said broccoli ain't real, but it tastes real good. You told your wife I was a stupid groundhog, but I eat free, and you pay for food. Who's stupid? Been eating your food, Jerry. I'm gonna stay eating your food. And when you see me... He's on the camera right now, isn't he? He's on there right now. I'm gonna shoot him in his ass. Oh, shit. He's gonna get him.
Oh my gosh, that was hilarious.
This is inside of what animals actually
Rondo
think.
said that motherfucking beaver is so petty.
Yeah, but this is what animals think when they looking at you. This is what that squirrel was fucking thinking when he punked me down those stairs.
When he punked you
that shit, I bet you they should have had a follow-up.
He did like this.
He did, because I did it to him. I did it to him. And he was like, "What the fuck? You think I'm scared? You think I'm scared of your ass? Go in there and tell him who did this." That's what he told me. Go in there and tell him who did this to him.
Say my name. All right, we need to get out of here with our crazy. We 3 hours in.
Yes.
And we barely even touched on the debate too much. At least we could have done 3 hours of it just like these fucking assholes. Look at how much they lie to us. We already know how much they fucking lie to us. Whatever, you get the fucking
Everybody knows. You get the fucking point.
Not to say something about it. The point is to do something about it, right? That's the Marxism for you, right?
So,
look what Rondo said to me. Rondo said that scroll was like,
Rondo is bad.
Bitch ass nigga. So this one, I'm looking for that scroll. I'm gonna find that motherfucker.
Oh my gosh.
I will find
Robin Hood squirrel.
Thank you, Rondo. This worked out way better because I really did not want to do the debate because they made me so angry yesterday, and I just did not want to get angry like that again the next day.
I wish we had a real.
Now we happy.
I really wish we had a way that we could do it with our vote, though. Like we could show just how pissed off we are with our vote without fucking up our whole country. Like just, you know what I'm saying? Like if we could just show them, Trump and fucking Kamala, if we could show them that we don't need them, it's what I'm saying.
This is what we need to get organized. People love to say that all the time, and then people look down on people who say we need to organize or whatever. Yeah, of course, it's easy to say that we need to organize, but it's fucking.
But how do you do it? Yeah,
we need to really fucking organize.
Well, that's why I was saying we need to talk about who we actually voting for, like what and how is it going to work out best in our favor. Rondo said we circling the block. Rondo ready to pull up.
I'm on that ass.
Rondo ready to pull up. He like shit. Give me the Addy.
Well, I'm glad everyone enjoyed themselves.
Rondo said I'm on that ass.
No, I said that.
Well, thank y'all for having fun with us. We about to be out of here, and
we will release you just in a moment. Go watch Stabby or whatever else you like.
I'm gonna call you so we could talk about maybe doing something to help you out in the meantime, in between time. And I guess everybody headed to Sabs or whatever. I'll see you over there, I guess.
Let's go talk some more shit.
I know. I'm not done talking shit. I'm about to go talk some shit in Sammy Sam's chat. How about that?
Michael, share the link to your channel.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
See,
here.
as far as telling people,
There
oh,
it
go
is.
do this, go do that, it might be more helpful if I were more prepared, right?
I got you. It's on there. It's Nahilo Nordstrom. It's spelled correctly, right? Please don't tell me I messed that up.
I'll just I could share my screen real quick.
I think I have an
as far
extra.
as-
I think I have an extra S in there because it's Nor.
I'll just show you to
What
make
is
sure
it?
you know you got it right here. That's you see it now, right there.
Oh, I had an extra R. My bad. Gotta fix that. Say.
Oh, Nostrum.
Nostrum.
Then here's the
There
link.
we go.
Nahilo. Nostrum.
Nahilo.
What does that mean?
Nostrum.
It's kind of like from that biblical ex nihilo creatio or whatever. So out of nothing came everything.
He told us before. We just keep forgetting.
Yeah.
So, but basically, when we say that everything comes out of nothing, we are very much relying on a definition of nothing that nobody really wants to dig into. Like at the same time, we want nothing to be not a thing and a thing at the same time. So how can everything come from nothing if nothing is not a thing? And if it's not a thing, then things can't come from not a thing, right? It actually, the whole Big Bang theory.
It's like the Big Bang. I was just about to say that.
That everything comes from nothing, but the Big Bang, I'm pretty convinced that the Big Bang theory is bad science. It's not the actual explanation for how the universe exists, which means we don't understand physics if we don't understand the Big Bang theory. So it sounds like, oh, you got a nice funny name about nothing, but it's very important for us to understand what nothing actually fucking is.
You know who did the best job at teaching us what nothing is and actually profiting off of it? Seinfeld and the motherfucking Big Bang Theory shows. Those shows is about nothing, just about everyday life. And look what they did with it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
That's
talking
Well,
about.
I mean, we did find the Higgs boson, right?
What's that?
The Higgs boson.
Yeah.
The God particle.
Well,
I mean, they
yeah.
did find it.
But we
Well,
don't
let's
have
talk
a
about
proper
that next.
explanation.
But they also told us they landed on the moon, so I don't fucking know.
Man, that
I mean,
shit. I
kinda
really
make
want to look at that
sense.
video some more and break down some funny shit that we see, because that shit is hilarious. How people just making fun of it.
We should do a show on quantum mechanics and shit one day or whatever, because like our scientific theories make a lot of sense when we use the Big Bang Theory model to explain everything, up until we try to explain that nothing that everything came from, and then we don't actually have an answer. So it's all resting on a very shaky foundation. But yeah, we'll cover that another day.
Yeah, we covered that another day. It's 3 hours in, and we over here pushing each other, laughing, pushing each other. It's been too long.
Look, I love the fact that this means so much.
And then there's
we one finger pushing over here like it's war.
Stephen Hawking, as far as there can't be death without life or whatever, Stephen Hawking has a theory about how something can actually come from nothing. That nothing, when things disintegrate into nothing, they have the potential to reintegrate into something or whatever, according to fucking Stephen Hawking or whatever. So yeah, whatever. Time to get off of this fucking. Time for me to get off air and chill out. I need to get some food. So.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's gonna be a good show. Yeah, it's time to get off. We getting the sillies.
Michael, thank you for making me laugh today. I appreciate it.
Exactly.
Thank you guys for making my shitty day not so shitty at all. Whatever. This actually helped a lot. So thank you guys.
Wonderful. We love you so much. And we out of here. Bye, everybody.
Wait, I gotta do the. Sorry, Michael. Don't put me in timeout. Sorry.